Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Throwback Thursday. Of course, we are continuing our journey through the Star Wars CCG. This is episode 8.
Really?
Jabba's Palace is a set that we're on. If you haven't been with us this whole time, it's going to be a weird one to start on. I don't know why you'd start on episode 8.
Maybe you like Jabba. Maybe you like Jabba.
Possible. But ultimately, we've been going through the Star Wars CCG in release order, opening boxes one set at a time from Premiere all the way now to Jabba's Palace. If you missed it last week, I successfully froze Steven in Carbonite, and it was great.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great game. That was phenomenal. We both did what we came to Cloud City to do.
Yeah.
I was able to tube around in a way that was annoying.
Those tubes were annoying.
Right? Like that tube escape up front, I was like, this is the perfect moment where Zach's about to do something that he thinks is going to work, and I get to just bail out on this tube. That was the game for me.
Tubing
I was so
around.
happy.
Yeah,
and then you got
easy,
to freeze me up in Carbon there.
That's right.
So
mission accomplished, and it was tough. Even in chat last week, they were saying that's a tough thing to do. And Jabba's Palace, this set supports a lot of the things we were trying to, or at least I was trying to do, and some of the earlier themes of the game. So I'm excited to open that box. Before we dive in, just want to check in with everyone out there. How you doing? How do we sound?
Yeah, we're got a lab test now going on.
Constantly testing the audio. We're back. We have strings again.
Yeah, so we're on strings. Looking at this, so we're doing now labs into the preamp limiter interface setup that we got originally for the shotguns, and I think it probably will sound way better. I haven't been able to monitor it too much, so I assume it's going to sound really good. I sure hope it's sounding good right now. The levels look good, so that's I hear with my eyes.
That's right. What up, man?
So hopefully that's all going well. If Zach's a little louder, if I'm a little louder, please do let us know. And then aside from that, I think we're looking at an incredible box here today of Jabba's Palace. Which did people say that this set was weird, or was it weirder than the one we did before? Like Dagobah was weird.
So it's weird in that the number of weird characters you get is extensive. It's not weird in that it's not playable.
Yeah.
Like Dagobah has a lot of cards that are only playable with each other. So if you don't get those cards, you can't play with a lot of those cards.
Yeah.
In this case, there's tons of weird alien, anything you might see in Jabba's Palace is going to show up. Very few mains. So there's Jabba and there's a Leia, I think, in this set. But none of the main bounty hunters, there's no Lukes, there's no Hans, there's none of that
weird stuff.
And I think we get some support because we're back on Tatooine. A certain amount of support for Jawas and Tuskens and that kind of stuff. And then the set after this technically is special edition, and that gives you even more of that Tatooine, Tusken, Jawa. We also get mains. I think there's a Vader in there, which I'm crossing my fingers. So it'll be a time. Also worth knowing, this is we're going to take a break after this. We're going to be switching back to throwbacks that aren't Star Wars CCG, and we'll come back. We're planning on going all the way through Death Star 2, and who knows after that. It's an infinite timeline.
And we might play forever on camera. Given the collectible nature of this game, do you know the answer to the following question? Was the first set available whenever Jabba's Palace was coming out?
I think so, because they printed an unlimited version of Premiere. Now, they only did unlimited of the first 4 or 5 sets because the game ended and they didn't need to print more. There's actually one set they printed less unlimited than they did the first edition. So the unlimited is actually rarer than the...
Well, that's interesting.
Which is interesting. So the way they marked it, unlimited cards have the white border. So the Premiere box we opened was unlimited, I think.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the boxes we opened. So that's why you're still able to find the unlimited Premiere.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say, if you had to have gotten in at the very beginning of the game, and then that goes out of print to get the Tatooine stuff that you now get to, it's well, that's kind of weird, but also kind of cool. I was here early, and now I get new stuff that new players won't even get access to.
Yeah. Yeah, but as we've seen, we've been playing mostly theme decks every time we open a box. And so we're mostly using new stuff when we play. So it's its own experience. But, tournaments and stuff, optimizing and whatnot. But those days are long over.
Optimizing, etc. Well, we'll dive in here. If you guys have any questions, I think people are just here for the Star Wars CCG, right?
That's why we're here.
I'm not wrong about that,
I see your mustache friend is on the screen. That's hilarious.
Oh, right. Nice. I thought you were talking about me. I was like... My mustache?
No, I see the guy with the mustache. Friend? I forget what kind of...
The Cloud City Trooper, man.
There it is.
Yeah, number 1. That's the best thing. I'm just going to look through some comments here. Sup, fellas, of course, you covered from Van. Zach saying bass is less boomy than yesterday. That follows. Sounds better from Van. TV quality from Keyforge. And Keyforge knows TV quality. Dave Sabisky says all sounds good to me. Van saying there was a low hum the other day. That also tracks. I've been, so you listen to the monitor. Like when you just have everything in this room off, all the lights off and everything, this building has that kind of, it's not residential, that just thin-walled, AC systems on top of the roof hum. The whole building is humming. It's crazy. So anyway, so that certainly informs some of our audio choices.
Like on the shotgun mics, or what are these called? Boom
Yeah,
mics.
shotguns, booms, whatever.
You had everything off, and we had the doors shut and everything. We had sound panels and whatnot. And you could basically just hear into the other room.
You could hear the other room.
It's crazy.
And it was crazy. You could hear it from the back of the mic. So like they are not isolating nearly enough as they need to be, which is surprising because they're supposed to do that. Zach saying, I'm here for the hydration. Well, that's worthwhile because both Zach and I are sporting our Nalgene water bottles. It's a good time to remember, honestly, if you're feeling anything.
The old hydro brain.
Anything negative or positive. If you're feeling good, it's a good time to drink water and celebrate. If you're feeling bad, emotionally or physically, a lot of times you just need some water. I mean, literally, it's driving your entire body. It would be like, how often are people just driving around with wisps of gas in their gas tank, expecting their cars to perform well, or being low on oil perpetually? You know what I mean? You got to keep the systems.
People do that sometimes.
I know, yeah, but then the car breaks down, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise.
Have you ever ran out of gas?
Keep fuel in the tank. I've not. I'm not the kind of person, probably, who would run out of gas. I think Jonathan has.
I have.
Yeah.
I was 16.
Yeah. How was that? Did you just stop? The putter for a while?
We grew up in a very small town. So the car just kind of like slowly stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And I like kind of got over the side of the road. And then I walked to my grandma's house. And she took me to the gas station to get some gas and filled it up.
All right.
I actually don't know that I'd ever filled up my tank at that point.
Oh, so this was brand new.
Yeah, it was like,
Well, you
one
can't
of those
blame me
kind of
for that.
mistakes that you make. But I remember it was like this weird, I'm new to driving, and you're like, oh my God, what's happening?
Okay.
I had no idea. And then, Grandma was like, well, is there gas in it? I was like, I don't know. So I went and got gas, put it in, started right up, off to the races.
Yeah, that fuel gauge, I guess, would be an important indicator. All that to say, water, it's great, especially from a 48-ounce Nalgene bottle, 100% HDPE food-grade plastic, made in the USA. Water your brain, water your life.
There it is, water your life. Hydro brain lifestyle. Well, I'm going to start opening this.
Let's go,
if you
man.
guys have any questions
Let's open
for
her
us,
up.
feel free. We're going to be...
I'm
So
going to go top down here.
this is why I said, sure. If you want somewhere to jump in, the last episode was pretty good, but ultimately we're going to be opening a box and looking at cards and deck building. So if you don't know how to play, it might be entertaining. It might not. But we have plenty of episodes that you can go watch. I think episode 2 is actually a pretty good place to start because we started the first episode opening the box, not playing. So if you were new, that's a bad, weirdly. It's kind of like the Star Wars movies. You don't start with episode 1.
That's actually a great question. If you were to show the movies to your kids, like your
Someday I probably
conceptual
will, yeah.
kids or whatever.
Oh, look at this short little rules insert.
That's good.
That's actually...
That's the shortest we've seen.
I want to show you this, and then I want to get back to me showing the kids Star Wars.
So that's a longer scroll. Yeah, that's about...
Yeah, and Cloud City was...
It's about a quarter more on Cloud City.
One of these is like crazy. Yeah. Anyways.
So
And look, there's like a big image on half of this.
Dagobah was smaller. Look, that's hardly.
Oh, it's tiny though. Look at that tiny little
It
print.
is smaller, yeah.
Look at this though. Star Wars CCG special announcement. What is this?
What are they announcing? New Hope's a little bit bigger there.
It's a building.
Oh, Hoth is the big dad here.
Yeah, I remember that was crazy.
Hoth, you could run that one from here to
It's like
downtown.
Those like comically long red carpets that get rolled out in cartoons.
Yeah,
That's what
this is
that
just
reminds me of.
absurd.
I don't even know. Look at this special announcement thing. What is it? It's like a 3D render of a space.
Star Wars CCG special announcement. Find special announcements and great gameplay strategy at decipher.com. And then they had the galleries. You think this is what their website looked like? That's absolutely what a website looked like back then.
Oh, wow.
You click on the galleries or Star Trek or Star Wars or the Decipher shop, specialty products.
Inside Decipher with the Twilight falling through the bottom.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, go back to Star Wars kids.
So you would show them 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6. Don't ever touch this series again.
Well, so here's what I know. and this won't surprise you, given the kids
Because
these
kids like
days,
episode 1 and stuff.
a lot of
Kids like things that are bad most of the time. I mean, I liked bad things when I was a child.
Absolutely. A lot of kids love the prequels.
Yeah.
And specifically kids that are now adults that watched the prequels when they were kids.
Wait, that's possible?
99. So you could have a 22-year-old that actually was born the year that episode 1 came out. So if you were 5 when episode 1 came out, you would now be like almost 30. Yeah. Anyways, I recently watched all the Star Wars movies in chronological order for the first time.
1 to 9.
Yep. Well, 1 to 9 with Solo and Rogue One in the middle.
Very nice.
And the full chronological didn't help.
Yeah, so what is your final conclusion then? At this point, you've given everything as much help as you can give it. 1 to 3. What's your take?
Oh, this turned a corner.
Just a quick take. Give me like a paragraph or a haiku or something.
My opinions are very specific at this point, so I won't go into full details. But ultimately, like, I think the first 90 minutes of episode 1 minus the pod race are not very good, and the last 30 minutes are really good.
Okay.
The fight and
That's
all
fine.
that stuff. Darth Maul's cool, and the Gungans versus the droids, cool.
A lot of people talk about the acrobatics of that fight and the production of it being the best in the series.
It's and the music's great.
And Maul's a good villain.
He's a very cool villain.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is just awful.
Yeah. Nothing redeemable. there, is there?
I think the short version is, I'll put it this way: the original's still the best, of course. The prequels expand the world a lot, but the ideas are cool, but the like dialogue and the acting are questionable.
I love that take, actually. The ideas in episode 1 are as good or better than the original trilogy.
Very cool.
They're just...
And like the ship concepts and the weapons and the music, like there's a lot of cool there. The sequels are the best executed Star Wars films from a visual cinematography standpoint. They're probably the best acted by a lot.
Really? Yeah, okay.
The plot ultimately is miserable.
Yeah. So the writing, plot side of it.
So like the macro picture, and it actually makes the universe feel smaller.
Yeah.
And then Rogue One and Solo, delightful.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Like
I'm glad you say that.
I got done with the prequels and I was like, this is nice.
I'm glad you say that.
They're well done. They're well acted. The plots are pretty good. Like Rogue One has some issues, but ultimately both are very enjoyable, great films that expand the universe and add depth and all that kind of stuff. But the originals are still the best.
I'll give you my quick take as well, which is actually going to be, I'm not just going to like get into trouble.
You haven't seen the travesty of 9.
I haven't seen 9 or 3. I haven't seen neither of those because I don't break my heart more than once if I can keep from it. But I think what you said about the prequels is completely correct, is that they expanded Star Wars. They made Star Wars feel even bigger, and they introduced a ton of incredible concepts that games like the Star Wars TCG and CCG could capitalize on and just run with, and expanded universe stuff from that. All great.
And spun out, like the Clone Wars series is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's based on that, Rebels, and et cetera, et cetera.
Love all of that. And then the actual like story and drama of the thing is like not very good. I think the original trilogy actually has better cinematography than any of it for what was happening, where they're using the models, the big shots, the Death Star flare, the Star Destroyer at the very beginning. You know, like the creativity of the filmmaking in that is phenomenal. But like you said, you know, the last sequel, the visual effects are incredible. Those kinds of things are going to be phenomenal. But it had way worse writing than the original trilogy, and it had way worse world building than the prequels.
I think the world building is actually the worst part.
Like it's like in the negative. It like just is shrinking.
Yeah, because like now I took a while off of Star Wars, but watching 7 particularly, the traps it laid for 8 and 9, because like they kind of just use the same A New Hope plot with new spins and characters, and like the specifics are different, but like they don't tell you anything about the world.
Yeah.
Like, and not in the kind of way, like A New Hope starts and it's like, okay, Empire's this big, in control, evil galactic empire. The rebels are the good guys with hope and optimism and trying to, you know, bring justice to the galaxy and stuff. From that opening scene, the little ship and the thing, it's like, oh, we know who the bad guys are here. Vader comes on the thing and the stormtroopers. It's very painfully clear. And you don't need to know too much about how did the Empire form or whatever. But like by episode 7, it's like they just give you no context.
Yeah.
I watched it with my wife, and she's only seen them all once, now twice. And she was just like, kept asking really good questions. And it was like, well, I know this because they revealed this in this weird book and like in this comic, and it's like,
but she doesn't know that yet.
No,
and I
no
wouldn't
idea.
know that probably. So
Yeah, it's really
that's a good
really
take. I think that's a fine take. All right, I'm gonna give us a 3 stack.
Yeah, you give me 3. We're doing the thing where we lay them all
Yeah,
out
we'll just
in a nice, orderly fashion. Anyways,
Nothing like that clunk of packs. You feel like you're about to do a draft or something, you know?
oh yeah, it's about to be a good time.
Nothing quite like that, honestly.
But like, so the originals, I do agree, the visuals are great in the originals, but it is also from the 70s and 80s. And so some of that is aged, and even the there's a campiness to it, which I love. Don't get me wrong.
Kind of like pulp action kind of feel.
Me too. More, yeah. But definitely there's some funny, now they're kind of iconic. Just the acting, the lines, and the dialogues in the originals. That's probably if someone was totally brand new to Star Wars and didn't revere it as a film that changed the industry, that would stick out to the average moviegoer.
A little older.
Yeah.
Especially that weird enhanced edition stuff that Giorgio tried to do with the weird creatures and stuff. It's like, why are you just stop? Would you just stop?
Dan saying it's a shame this set is not good. I've heard people say that they love this set.
We know that there's a certain kind of person I'm probably the kind of person that loves this set.
Yeah, it just gets weird and alien-y. I'm gonna spread these out a little better. How many more stacks you got?
And just one for each of
put
us.
One here. I just want to show this. You gotta see it. We're in rare times. Look at that.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, you ready to do this?
Yeah. Let's go here.
Take a stack. All right, if I get enough Jabba Rancor stuff, we might have a Rancor pit situation.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be trying for that, aren't we?
All right. We get weak ways and skiffs. Do anyone know where the rare's at? Udun Sea Sabak.
Oh, right, dude. Let's go. That Sabak game was incredible. It didn't even matter.
A Jawa at a Tatooine site.
Yeah.
That Sabak scene was why we were there.
Yeah, excellent. You got that box? You want to do a trash box?
Normally, did you take the booster box somewhere?
Did I?
I think you put it somewhere.
Oh, I did. I did that without even knowing it.
That's where we normally put these.
Yeah. Just that early stage dementia. Jabba's one of the best sets to play solo. What? Grant Huddleston? What are you talking about?
What up, Grant? He's saying
solo. How do you play this solo?
Sealed? Like this set alone, I assume?
Oh, like by itself. Mm-hmm. Okay, the OTSD was great for Sealed. It's kind of like the Scum release for Fantasy Flight Star Wars. It adds a third dimension that didn't have a lot of support. Okay. Did you know what the rare was? Oh, Gamorrean Guard? Yes. I already love everything about this.
Check this out. This bargaining table, it's a light side card. You ready for this?
Yeah.
You deploy it on your side of the table. Once per turn, you may cancel a force drain by placing here from hand any non-unique alien, like a Jawa.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens may deploy from here as if they were in your hand.
What?
So you cancel a force drain, boom, and you can deploy from it like they're in your hand.
That's like, how is that not the best thing in the game?
I mean, it's really good for anyone with a lot of non-unique aliens.
Check it out. Princess Leia.
Nailed it on the first try.
Princess Leia
Organa.
She's
really bizarro. Check out her deploy cost.
Is this actually the scene from the movie?
Yep.
Wow. Captured by Jabba, Princess Leia provided a distraction for his hinch beings. Waiting for the first chance to escape really made Jabba's tail wiggle. Well, that's a little on the nose there, Decipher. Deploys free as an escorted captive of Jabba or a bounty hunter. You may not initiate a battle there on the same turn. While a captive, opponent's unique aliens at same site are forfeit -2. If released, retrieve 5 force, immune to attrition less than 3. So you burden them with Leia as a captive, and then you try to rescue her, basically?
Yep.
Well, sign me up.
And if you do play it, obviously, then their aliens get less efficient. And then if you rescue her, you get a 7 forfeit character basically for free.
How do you retrieve? Like, how do you, if released, how do you release her? Do you have to kill?
So there's probably cards that will let you release captives.
Or do you kill the thing that's holding her captive, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably.
Well, it might be in this little supplement we have. We'll get to that in a second.
I was going to go somewhere, but go for it if you got...
I was going to read my card, but feel free. I'm not in a rush.
So I want to just, for the sake of the stream, it looks like the rare's at the back.
Was she at the back?
Yeah, the last card. This is just, I feel like, an immediate feel for this set. So first we've got a Monin, A primitive hunting species exposed to space travel when their planet became a mining world for the Empire. So a weird alien here.
Yep.
Then we've got a Gamorrean guard. Big, strong, dumb.
Oh, you're just walking through your pack. I see. I like this.
Another alien thing.
Yep.
Then we've got Gran. From an ancient civilization, pacifist, those who commit acts of violence are banished from their home planet. Organizes peaceful protests against the Empire. Then we've got Elam. Elam commits sabotage and theft against the Empire to avenge the invasion of their homeworld. Experts in adapting stolen equipment for use by the rebellion.
And that's literally just a character that was peeking out of a window.
Peeking out of a window.
Barge.
And then the Clatuinian revolutionary. And then a Bubo. A watch beast, unwittingly foiled Ree's plot to kill Jabba.
And that's a creature, by the way. There's going to be a creature deck that comes along at some point.
But these are all, this is the beauty of this card game, and the TCG as well when we were playing it.
That was your first 6 cards?
This is the first 6 cards. All of them reveal something to me about Star Wars that is fascinating and interesting that I did not know previously just from watching the movies.
Yeah.
I
love
have
a paragraph about it.
This.
Look at this. You're going to like this guy. His name is Pucumir Thriss, Pucumir. While on Cloud City, adds 1 light side, adds 1 to your Force strains at related sites, and adds 4 to Destiny of your miners drawn for Battle Destiny.
Oh, no way.
So if you draw a miner for Battle Destiny, they're plus 4.
They go to 6 then. I think they were 2.
During your deploy phase, you may deploy 1 non-unique rebel to the same Cloud City site from your reserve deck. Non-unique rebel you can play from your deck.
Wow. Seriously, like Cloud City Troopers. No, they're not rebels.
I don't know what the rebels are.
Rebel Troopers or whatever. Hey, you've got a Den of Thieves as well. You've got the same card. Deploy on your side of the table, you can put an alien there to cancel 4 turn and then play it. So they want us to play aliens. That's what we're looking
Given
for.
that the first 6 cards in your pack were weird aliens, I would assume. I can't believe you ripped Leia on the first pack.
I know, yeah. Welcome to the party, man. Wow. And there's all these Han cards, too.
Bo Shetta. Light side, to play in the audience chamber. If you have an alien here, no battles or force trains may take place, and your aliens cannot be targeted by trapdoor. Effect canceled if opponent occupies the site without an alien. Interesting. Tam Drin Garin. Ooh. Oh, I thought it said Crate Dragon. It says, when on Tatooine, may cancel any result of Crate Dragon bones. While at Audience Chamber, all your Tusken Raiders are Power 3, forfeit +2, and not limited to 4 per site.
What's up, Tusken deck? Sign me up. A couple of questions. First of all, Super Dave, hilarious. One of the designers of this game said that they named some of these aliens by grabbing Scrabble tiles out of a bag.
Well, and that's another amazing thing about this game at the time, is that there was a lot in this game that was getting approved as official lore that wasn't official until this game.
Yeah.
So there might be a character in the background that had never been named, or you don't know anything about them until literally it shows up in this card.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. It's a time of discovery. Also, Brandon Giancarli saying, "Hey Victor C, do you have any more custom stuff for champions in the pipeline?" There are some things on our list that could be happening, but will not necessarily have anything to say about that yet. I'll tell you what I'll do. Somebody's saying, can we see Zach's hand? Sure, man. I think if
I can just move.
Well, I can also just put us down there, yeah?
Yeah, that's great.
And then the card should come up on the bottom left, so we should be good there.
Which will be fine. I got the card. This is the card I need. It's called All Wrapped Up. It's an uncommon. Deploy on your side of the table. We have a prisoner, so that's the thing I was using the capture last time. And Uta Guta solo. Play for free and are immune to sense, which is how you cancel them. Mm-hmm. Also, whenever an opponent forfeits a character, your bounty hunter present may capture that character. Mm-hmm. I don't even have to play the card.
Oh.
So if you forfeit a character...
Is that on the board forever?
It stays on the board.
Oh, wow. That's exactly what you need.
So it's an effect, yeah. And there's ways to go get effects that are important, which we'll get to, but I'm just going to put that right there.
Let me tell you something pretty fascinating about the Star Wars universe in general. First of all, one of the best things about this universe is how well they get across that nobody cares at all about droids. Like, it's just like, whatever. Like, we see like humanized like forms at this point in our human, stage of development. And we're like, that's like, we should care about that. And they're like, we don't care about these things. Take its head off. We don't, it's a droid.
Yeah.
But then there's this card called Torture, where it's just a sad droid, like, in pain. And it makes you feel things, man. Look at that. Doesn't that make you feel sad?
He's getting ripped apart.
Yeah.
Look how sad he looks.
See, if I was in the Star Wars universe, I would feel nothing when I saw that.
Dude, that's a 6th Destiny. Is that a
I'd be
lightsaber
like,
card?
whatever. Yeah.
No, dark side.
No, dark
Love
side.
it.
There's so many weird things.
Dude, check
I'm gonna
this
keep
out.
calling them out too.
Hidden compartment. I love this. This is one of my favorite scenes. When Luke gives R2 the signal, he does that, and then the whole thing goes down. It's 5 Destiny on the light side.
Hello.
It's a device deployed on any R unit droid.
Okay. Can do that.
At the start of a battle, you may react by deploying 1 character weapon at the normal use of whatever the force cost is from your reserve deck on a warrior present.
That's crazy.
So if you have like R2 out with the hidden compartment, it's like,
I
oh, we'll
love
go get a Han's blaster. Oh, we'll go get Leia's blaster.
That's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Shevan. Most Shevan are mercenaries, gun runners, and slavers. They have strong communities on their homeworld, wear clothing only because others do.
Tradition.
Yeah. We also got Florn Lamproid, aggressive serpent-like colonizers found on many jungle and forest planets. Have a poison stinger that they use when defending themselves.
That's a cool looking character. Dude, check this out. You're going to love it. You ready for this?
Yes.
Strangle, 7 Destiny light side card.
Hello. Okay, got my attention.
The Lost Interrupt. Target an escort alone, and it's captive. So if there's an escort by itself with a captain, you draw Destiny. The escort is lost if Destiny plus the captive's power is greater than the escort's ability plus power.
Oh, wow.
Or even better,
That's a Leia.
during a battle at a site where Leia is an escorted captive, add 1 battle Destiny.
Yeah, killer.
I love the idea of like, oh, here's Leia, and then like now I'm gonna have a bunch of cards in my deck that make that a problem for you.
It's the game. Check this out. This card is insane. Baomar Monk, like B apostrophe Omar. This is just fascinating to me. It says, members of a mysterious religious sect, resentful of their monastery being taken over by Jabba, shed their bodies and have their brains encased in a walking automaton. You see this thing?
Oh my god.
But now we know that they're like monks that are like mad at Jabba.
But like, is that just a floating brain in a bubble?
Yes, a spider bubble. Wandering around being mad. It's the way of the monastery.
It's bizarre.
But a 0 power, 4 ability, force sensitive. They're just like brain force things.
they just add Destiny somewhere. Are they a droid?
No, they're not. While at a site, adds force icons to equalize them for both sides. How cool is that? When add a site adds force icons to equalize them. It's a 2-1 in your direction, it becomes a 2-2.
That's pretty crazy.
Cancels opponent's Jabba Palace game text were present. Cannot use vehicles, starships, weapons, or devices. Lost if not on Tatooine. And participates only in defensive battles. Bring it on.
Wild.
Bring it on. I'm only on the second pack, man. I'm like into this one.
We're just gonna take it easy. Enjoy it. We only get so many of these boxes to open, and then it's over.
Oh, dude, Jabba's sail barge on the rare slot here. I think this is probably an important card. Ubrikian sail barge, custom built for Jabba with an armored hull and weaponry. Top speed of 100 kilometers per hour, used by the Hutt crime lord on his mini trip to Mos Eisley.
That thing can cruise at 100?
100.
That's a heck of a
power,
yacht.
5 armor, 2 land speed, hard to hit. Deploys only on Tatooine, and you may immediately deploy passenger deck from your reserve deck and reshuffle. May add 8 passengers. Your aliens deploy -1 aboard.
You know how I like those -1s.
Yeah, let's go. Load up some aliens. Wow.
So there's a Rancor pit deck where you basically take people to Jabba's palace and drop them into the Rancor pit.
Yeah.
There's also a
Tell me more.
Sarlacc deck. So it takes a lot of weird pieces. We'll see if I get enough to do it. Ooh, a jetpack. Use 3 force to deploy any alien, except Boba or Jabba. Can fly, land speed 3. May use 2 force to move as a react. That's a dark side card.
It's anytime you can react, move, man. Count me in.
Uh-oh. Jabba's palace Sabacc. I love Sabacc. I might end up on a Jabba's palace deck.
Several different types of Nikto were sold to Jabba by slavers. These are Nikto, Nikto. Compete with weak way to prove themselves the stronger species. Seems good. Tatooine Desert. I love deserts and stuff too, man.
Here Anakin likes sand as well.
Classic Skiff. Yeah, I'm in the mold.
Look at this. Have you just seen the standard Abyssian? He just looks so fun.
Yeah, it's great. Little Cyclops there. Nice sod, NYSAD. Fiercely loyal to Jabba, stands guard over the sail barge during the Hutt's many trips into Mos Eisley. Oh, wow.
Oh, this is cool. Jabba's Palace Dungeon. I believe it acts as a prison. One dark side icon, no light side. Whenever a bounty hunter delivers a captive here, I retrieve two force.
Yeah, heck yeah. Let's get into that bounty hunting theme. It's a good card.
Tessic. Whenever your opponent deploys a character of Destiny 1, you can activate a force. While at Audience Chamber, adds 1 to your force trains where you have a non-unique alien, and all your non-unique aliens deploy -1. He's crazy. He's a light side character.
I think we're going to be playing some aliens.
Yeah, it's about to get weird. In only the way the Star Wars CCG can.
Ooh, the old Weequay Guard? Yes, bring that on.
Zatillo saying, read that Fallen Portal. Yeah, I saw it. Fallen Portal. This is a light side card. Target a creature or up to 2 characters that just initiated an attack or battle against you at Backdoor, Rancor Pit, Tatooine, Jabba's Palace, or any docking bay. Draw Destiny. Target's immediately lost if Destiny +2 is greater than defense value or total ability. You can just ace 2 of my characters with that. Close the door on them.
I will.
Yeah, I don't like
I
it.
would love to. Have you seen this character? H''Nymph. So I'm going to hit you with something that's crazy.
Light side, dark side.
This is a light side card. They're starfaring explorers. They have a reputation for being sly and unforgiving. Many abandoned their homeworld after the Empire invaded. And the females ritually kill their mates. And that's important because...
What is it? Mantises do that?
Yeah, I think so. Some spiders too. But key text here adds 2 to deploy cost of each opponent's male Imperials when that Imperial is deploying to same or adjacent site. Talk about having some gusto in your card design.
Specifically labeling Imperial males as like the condition.
Yeah, it's like, these are more expensive because, killing and stuff.
Look at this picture on Wounded Wookiee. It's just Chewbacca being sad.
It is. Oh, it's so sad. This is crazy. So, Super Dave talking about ATARC, which I just have in the slot here. Check this out. This is crazy. There's so much to this game.
Wow.
This is crazy. Look at what they did. This drives me insane. ATARC, mysterious species known only as Hoovers. Small size allows them to easily manipulate detailed electronic equipment, so they like vacuum stuff up. So this is your classic neutral light border or whatever. Mm-hmm. They added the outline of a vacuum cleaner.
Where do you see that?
Right here. It's not there in this. It's right there. Tiny little vacuum cleaner outline.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. I love it.
They were on some next level that we can never hope to return to.
Reward close inspection, man. They're there. Wow.
That's pretty wild.
I can't believe that. Just to think to do it,
Someone was like, I have a clever idea. I got Jabba's sail barge passenger deck, the location that is on the sail barge.
Oh, yes. You go get it when you play the sail barge.
Do you really?
Yeah, automatically, yeah.
So it's 2 dark side, no light. Wow. Light can pay 4 force to enter here.
What? And that's it?
For 4 force each. The dark side text says, deploy on Jabba's sail barge. If you occupy this location, sail barge is immune to attrition.
Wow.
So you load up.
So if you load it up, so you've got to pay force to invade it. And then, wow, I love everything about it.
I think it's 4 force per character.
I love everything about it.
But you can imagine that 8-passenger sail barge cruising around Tatooine, and you can't touch it.
Just rocking the world.
Yeah, and then it delivers the bounty hunters.
Mos Eisley blaster. I'm glad to finally see that. We always get a random blaster. Draw Destiny, forfeit -2, Destiny +2. So it's just a kind of a weaker but better blaster.
What?
Ooh, a thermal detonator. Rare.
Ooh, yes. Is that light side?
No.
Well, Leia's the one that has it, so that's why I was...
Strictly regulated, dangerously unstable. Use 3 force to deploy on any bounty hunter. When collecting a bounty, adds 3 to the force retrieved. Also may detonate at same site. Draw 3 destiny. All cards with any of those destiny numbers at that site are lost.
Now that's obviously if like dark side's destiny values are more likely to be the same.
Yeah.
So it's risky.
You could build an entire deck around this.
And like if you were tracking and knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Like end of game when you sometimes know what the value is.
And the thing is, all the troopers are 2s, pretty much, in the light side at least, that I've seen. It's like if you actually built a dark side deck with thermal detonators and all 2 destiny cards, and that was your whole game, blow them up and retrieve them from the discard or something.
I got a really important rare for the dark side. Nal Hutta.
Nalhada.
This is the Hutt homeland. During your control phase, dark side, so it's a 2-for-1 dark side. During your control phase, you can search your reserve deck, take a bounty hunter or a Hutt into your hand.
That's important.
Meantime, on the light side, if you control, your force strain is -1, and opponent's Nal Hutta game text is canceled.
Right.
That's an awesome location.
So it's really, dark side really wants...
The bounty hunters needs it.
You want to be able to go search for that. Also got another Dune Sea Shabbat. Leslomi Tassima. Female Duros, expert pilot, helps run the docking facilities in Mos Eisley. Friends with Aelor's Madak. Approves all cargo manifests, forgiving of minor transgressions.
A very forgiving
thank
person.
Goodness. At least we know now.
Oh my goodness. Light side card, Mandalorian Mishap. You're getting higher destiny values this time.
Yeah, well, it's about time.
If Boba Fett is defending a battle, draw a destiny. Subtract that amount from your opponent's attrition and total power. Or cancel for the remainder of the turn the game text of any jetpack or weapon that may fire repeatedly.
Classic.
Very specific.
Cancel it.
Look at this guy. Sailed Mirai, male Yarkora. Look at this dude.
I love it. Tell me everything about this flavor text, if you would,
Mysterious member of Jabba's court, posing as an alien artifact trader, associates with the Bomar monks at Jabba's palace.
Cool.
No one knows his true motivations.
There's a light side card.
During battle, of an opponent's alien present may use 3 force to peek at the top card of any reserve deck.
That's powerful.
Well,
it's expensive, but it's powerful.
While at Audience Chamber, all your other Yarkora are power and forfeit +2.
Cool. Cool. It's all cool. Ooh, Shadra Fawn. Short, intelligent, and selfish. It's a thief. Your enhanced vision and smell make them outstanding thieves. Communicate with pheromones and high-pitched squeaks. Little Batman. Like actual Batman. Or Woman.
Not the Batman.
Yeah, not exactly.
Because I'm Batman. Yeah, check this. This is a staple. Twi'lek Advisor. We're introducing a new concept here. So use 3 force to search your reserve deck and take any one effect of any kind into hand. Okay. You can pay 3 and go get like all wrapped up. Important.
Yeah, good.
More importantly, it has starting. It's called the starting interrupt.
Oh, right. Okay, let's talk about that.
Starting. So you get one, starting interrupt. Deploy from your reserve deck one effect, which has no deploy cost. Reshuffle, place this interrupt in your lost pile.
Okay.
So you can start the game, play this, and then boom, all wrapped up starts in play.
Right on. Yeah. Okay. So they went the raw deal.
Yep.
Concept starting to come in here.
And it's only just begun.
Gizem. Have you seen Gizem yet?
Gizem what?
Snivian Scout.
I have not.
Well, let me tell you, enjoys exploring new planets and charting difficult terrain. Paid very well by Jabba to do so. Unsure of his employer's motivations. So
nice.
A little bit of conflict there. Light side card as well.
We're both getting a lot of Bizarro aliens.
Yeah.
I'm getting the locations I need. Look at this. This Jabba's palace looks great. Look at that.
It does look, yeah.
It's a nice little sunset.
Yeah.
2 for 1 on the dark side. During your deploy phase, you may deploy 1 Jabba's palace site from your reserve deck. So you can go.
We're seeing a lot of from reserve deck stuff in this.
You see why?
Yeah.
It's like if you start with this in play, you can go get all of your locations instead of having to randomly draw into them.
All right.
And
of course, you solve the problem by going inside.
If light side controls it, though, that's blank.
Yeah.
This is also apparently an important light side card. Projection of a Skywalker. Deploy on your side of the table. It's an effect. Your force drains are +1 at hollow sites. An opponent must lose an additional 1 force to draw a card with Shot in the Dark. Or deploy on any planet. Opponent's force drains are -1 here.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like this Vibro Axe. I just love the weapons. Corrin, nicknamed Squid Heads. They share their watery homeworld with the Mon Calamari. They trade their planet to the Empire, dwell on the past, rarely look to the future. Wow, very devastating.
So they look back.
Yeah. Ooh, look at Kitonic. Possess tough, leathery skin. Many become musicians. Need musician. So if we want to run the musician deck. Very patient. Thousands have been enslaved by the Empire.
Maybe we'll get the whole band.
Immune to gravel storms, sand whirl, etc.
Carillion Retort, you're going to like this. As a use interrupt, search a reserve deck, take one Captive Fury or Captive Pursuit into hand and shuffle.
Just tons.
But Lost, if a bounty hunter or gangster and Han are involved in the same battle, you can add one Battle Destiny, or 2 if the gangster is Jabba.
Good anti-Jabba card. We haven't seen Jabba.
It's just
yet,
Han, right? So if
Yeah.
I'm playing any bounty hunters, this is an Add a Destiny card for you.
Yeah. Welcome to Han.
I also got Ula, Jabba's dancer. During your control phase, you may cause your opponent to reveal their entire hand by using X-Force, where X is the number of cards in their hand. All unique male Imperials or unique male aliens are placed in their used pile.
Interesting, man. Huh.
You look at my
Male
hand and
Imperials.
just like take 4 of my cards and put it in my used pile. That's a bummer.
Huh. That's nuts, actually. Think about that.
Mr. Woodfall, this stream is half Star Wars CCG unboxing, half National Geographic special.
Murtok Yine. Information broker and spy with many nefarious contacts in the underworld. Contact point for many seeking employment with Jabba. Find out about that, I'm sure, later on.
Oh, nice. This is the Tatooine Hut Canyon. Light side location. If you occupy with a Jawa, your opponent may not draw Battle Destiny here.
I love
The
that.
Jawa's holding it down.
I love it.
I also got Barada, male Klatooinian in charge of Jabba's repulsor pool. Sold into slavery and won by Jabba in Sabacc, responsible for maintenance and supplies for Jabba's vehicles. Deploys only to Jabba's palace sites, power is 0 at any other location than a Tatooine site, power +2 at Jabba's palace, while Jabba on the table. Your transport vehicles lost from the same site may go to your used pile instead.
No, well, good. Good for them. We've got so many. Oh, a different Vibroax, a light side Vibroax. We've also got Skrilling, regarded as
You like the
whiners.
band?
Yeah.
As whiners? That's so
Yeah,
funny.
regarded as whiners, Skrillings are a scavenger species. They steal from corpses left behind on the battlefields and feed on carrion and uncooked meat, avoided by many species. I can see why.
This is your equivalent, by the way. The signal. Starting interrupt is deploy from your reserve deck 1 effect with no deploy cost.
Right?
So
So we've got it on both sides. Yuzum, they compete with Ewoks for food and resources and possess thick, woolly coats, hunt in packs, have a musical language, making them excellent musicians. Look at that guy. Seen that guy yet?
yeah, I've seen him. Look how hilarious he looks.
What is it? Was that in the movie, or is he just pasted in there?
I think he's in there.
He's in there. I missed so much. Oh, Deveronian, classic. Gamblers.
Hey, look at this. Tamtel Screege, Tamtel, also known as Lando Calrissian, deploys only on Tatooine, adds 2 to the power of any starship he pilots once per game. Undercover may deploy on Tamtel from reserve deck. I don't know what that card is. While the site you control, rebels are immune to none shall pass that site.
Do they have, is this the first time we've seen once per game? I don't remember seeing once per game on things previously.
I
I saw one as well.
don't know. I don't know. Ability 3, though. And 4 for 6 on the deploy versus forfeit. That's a solid stat line.
Check this ultimatum card out. This is a light side card, ultimatum. Jabba, this is your last chance. Free us or die. You deploy it on your side of the table. While you occupy at least 3 battlegrounds, or your opponent occupies no battlegrounds, you can lose no more than 2 force from each force drain or insert card. Don't know what, we'll figure out why that's relevant. And then Scum and Villainy is the rare. That
that's
seems
an important card. Yes, yes.
Deploy it on Audience Chamber. While all your ability on table is provided only by aliens and starship pilots, your aliens and starships deploy -1, and you retrieve 2 force when you initiate a battle.
Every time you fight, you get 2 force back.
Yeah.
That's crazy town.
Yeah.
That's a great card.
When you retrieve force, where does it come from?
Lost pile.
No way.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
into the deck?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I did get the Tatooine Great Pit of Carcoon.
Well, finally. I've been looking for that one.
That's the Sarlacc Pit. During your control phase, may cause Sarlacc to immediately attack a captive present. We'll see if that matters. Nice little light side card here. Blaster Deflection. Used. Cancel an attempt to use a weapon on your target character of ability greater than 4. We don't have those. Okay, this is I need a Luke Skywalker with a lightsaber.
That Phasm card or whatever it is I was looking at, apparently it's from the Ewok TV show, according to
That
chat.
one guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, bring that on, yeah. Ooh,
Just-
Weequay Hunters.
Let's get weird.
I want to do Weequays, man.
Well, you can.
Maybe we want to swap.
We'll do a
Go
swap.
Swap, unravel, when our time travel. Efont Mon, a Shevin smuggler, one of Jabba's few truly royal associates. Also a leader. Looks cool. So cool. Has those wind chimes. Bring it on.
Did you check this guy out? Kithaba. His power is equal to 1 plus the ability of your opponent's highest ability character present.
Nice. Nice.
Just
Yeah, bring it on.
bizarro.
Do the math. Yeah, we've been playing Gentlemen's Rules and not using inserts. What even is an insert? Is that where you insert it into their deck?
Yeah.
I did one of those on our first game.
There's not really... neither of us have just been inclined to do it. Did you see Shadra fan? Look at this creature.
Oh, yeah, I did. That was the weird bat spot.
Oh,
thing.
there it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the art when you were
Yeah.
talking about it earlier.
Oh, this is a cute little Yarkora. Super cute.
Skull? Look, it's just literally a skull flying by.
Yeah, it's just a skull. Well, let's make a card out of it. Yawkskit. Male Ugnaught. Left Cloud City after the Empire took control.
Ooh, give me some Ugnaughts.
Works for
it's a
Hermie
light side
Odal.
Ugnaught.
Helping to supply him with various weaponry. Hopes to someday return to Cloud City. Looks very sad.
Someday. Gotta find passage back. Yeah, Cyril's saying it right. So three Force Icon locations are very rare.
Yeah.
And we don't have lightsabers, so that's another way to add. So, you know, playing the old Popper's version. Ooh, creepy looking. Loje, L-O-J-E, Nella. Light side alien. While an audience chamber suspends Galud's and Mosep's game text and allows you to activate one force whenever you force stream with an alien.
Hey, talk to me about that.
Every force stream with an alien gets you a force? That's kind of interesting.
Nizuk Beck. Loves jury juice. Important to note. Power plus 3 when present with your musician.
Okay. You can also have the musician deck you got to be looking at.
And he's a good musician guy. He's dark side as well. Yeah, we got some lightsabers on it. We just don't play them. I think because you didn't pull Vader or anybody that could play a lightsaber, and I actually don't have Luke. So you can put it on Leia. I think I can put it on Leia.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's whatever.
I got Thul Fane. He's a gambler and a smuggler. He bets on how long the Rancor's victims will last. Formerly an Imperial pilot who worked with Lieutenant Tambris, now a smuggler. Look at this guy.
Yeah, right on. I love that
Deploys
guy's energy.
3 to your some kind of starship. I can't tell what kind. Adds 2 to the power of anything he pilots. When he is in battle with Lieutenant Tambris, adds 2 to each of your battle destiny draws. I have Tambris from like an old set a couple streams ago.
You know what's crazy? Just how any of this works. Ortolan, you'll squat flop-eared food lovers.
Yep.
So because they're food lovers, and because they come from the frigid planet Orto, and because they communicate above the auditory range of most species,
Of course.
they are power
given.
and forfeit +2 on Hoth or at the dining room because they love to eat.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then they have some Hoth stuff going on, but it's like, well, that's interesting.
This is a good card. Ready for this? R2, I have a bad feeling about this. If you're about to draw Battle Destiny, instead use the Destiny number on one of your droids in the battle.
Oh, that's
Give
so
the R2, it's really
good.
good. Or add 1 to the attrition against an opponent for each droid you have in the battle. Or if R2 and C-3PO are in battle together, opponent draws no battle destiny.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, and Max Rebo, the band man himself. The Ortolian musician and gambler, head of the Max Rebo band, signed a lifetime contract to Jabba in exchange for unlimited food.
Okay. That's not a bad gig.
Power plus 2 on Hoth. If at the same site as another of your musicians, you may play Bith Shuffle to cancel a 4-strain at an adjacent site. While at Audience Chamber, all your other musicians are deploy -1 and forfeit +3.
You're right. It's right there. The deck basically builds itself.
I like that the band, for some reason, is on the light side.
EV-99.
Is that a droid?
Marindati EV supervisor droid particularly
that.
enjoys torturing power droids.
Oh, it's the torture droid in his Jabba's palace.
Gross. A clumsy designer nearly broke this unit before it was shipped. She formerly worked at Cloud City.
That's the R2 and C-3PO show up at Jabba's palace because Luke, and play Luke's message where he's like, you can have these droids as a gift. And they're like, what? So then he sends them to this guy to get their little, what is it called? The bolt.
The bolters? Or yeah, I know what you're
restraining bolt.
Restraining bolt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got the Rancor pit. Ooh, and we got Malakili, the Rancor master. Deploys only on Tatooine. During the control phase, my snare, as in steal, a creature or unoccupied creature vehicle present.
Yeah.
Creatures at the same site, except the Sarlacc, do not attack and cannot be attacked. So while he's present, your Rancor won't go crazy on people.
So we got one piece of it, huh?
One slow piece of it. Give me Jabba or give me death.
Weapon levitation.
With all your Han stuff, I feel like me having Jabba would be a fun moment.
Garan Nostal. Why is all this stuff light side? Do all these people not like Jabba or something?
The band?
He's a Sarin combat expert hired by Jabba to train his Gamorrean guards. Oh, regrets taking the job. Dislikes Jabba and his hench beings plotting to kill Jabba.
All right.
Just keep reading.
I got Bib Fortuna, Twi'lek leader.
That's a classic.
Yeah, he's Jabba's right-hand man. Deploys only on Tatooine. Opponent's characters with ability less than 4 may not move from the same site as Bib to a Jabba's palace site. So you can't get past them. When at Jabba's palace site, each of your Gamorreans and Niktos may deploy as a react to any Jabba's palace
That's
site.
Crazy.
There's a location.
Deploy as a react is the craziest thing.
There's a location I have as well that he deploys -3 at, which is free. So watch out for Bib.
Got the Weequay Skiff Master. I can't believe React Deploy on that. That's crazy.
It's what you want.
Kichuki Kakuta. Balka Hachimablinki.
Is that the name of the card?
The first, was, and the second was the flavor text.
That's Jabba speaking, right?
Yeah.
It's like
There's a Rancor pit right there. Did you get that already?
What we need is the Rancor.
Well, here's Harat, the Jawa shaman. During control phase, may search reserve deck. Take one Utini or Jawa into hand and reshuffle. If you have 3 or more Jawas on the table, may play Utini to cancel the 4-strain. So yeah, we're getting some support here.
Look at this. I got the audience chamber finally. Jabba's Palace audience chamber. The 2-for-1 dark side. Once per game, you can deploy an alien here from reserve deck.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, what?
If you control as light side, you can use 4 force to cancel scum and villainy. That rare you saw?
Yeah. It's expensive.
Voltaz Aang.
It's Jabba.
Hit me with Jabba. What's he do?
Jabba. Just saw the text up there.
You're hitting all the sick rips in this one.
Yeah, I got the sick rips. Jabba's Palace is my jam. Jabba the Hutt. Jabba Disiligic Tior, male heir to Zorba the Hutt, gangster leader, one of the largest criminal organizations of the galaxy, over 600 years old. Deploys -2 at Tatooine or Nahata, of course. To move requires +2 force, so 3 force to move.
He's a big boy.
May escort a captive. While at audience chamber, adds 1 forfeit to all of your other aliens. Allows you to activate 1 force when you force drain with an alien. Immune to attrition less than 4.
He good.
6 cost.
So he's
-4
-2
ability.
at his.
And he's force sensitive. I guess I didn't know.
That's a very loosely defined term in the CCG.
All right, Jabba.
So we got Jabba. There's an R2 in here, and there's a Rancor. Kind of the big things we haven't hit yet.
Saying, here's what we need.
Meanwhile, I got Pote Snitkin. Skrilling smuggler supplied Jabba's henchmen with weapons when he was Hermie Oddle's predecessor. An excellent driver.
That's good to know.
When driving a vehicle, the vehicle is +3 power and moves for free. While at Audience Chamber, all your other Skrillings are +2 power and forfeit +1. Got the old Skrilling deck.
Yarna Da'al Gargan. Female dancer.
Oh, man.
Very productive mother. Make sure everyone she cares about are well protected. So check this out. Deploying your side of the table.
Okay.
While you have fewer than 13 cards in hand, your non-unique cards in hand are immune to Monarch. So,
all right.
Keep that in mind.
There's those cards where they have more than that in their hand.
Yeah.
You can discard them down
or whatever.
And it's also a 6 destiny and a light side card.
True. Those are the important
You're getting
facts.
some hits. I also got the light side version of Jabba's Palace Audience Chambers. It's a 2-for-1 light side. If you control, Scum and Villainy is canceled. Period.
Yeah. So no scum and villainy, you know? So we're going to have to do the old tug of war there.
Look at this Kifix. It's a 2/2. It's a light side card.
Oh, the beautiful planets, man. Come on.
There's 2 planets. It's a 2/2. And it says you occupy with exactly 2 starships. Your total power here is +2. And Voltazinine, which I just opened, anywhere is doubled.
Love it. Love it.
This game is crazy.
Some John Bunn fella is saying that
I saw him. What's up, John?
that long-haired boy's got something to offer here.
You've entered into one of the more bizarre streamlands. What'd you get?
Life Debt is the rare here.
Okay, that's probably good for Han and Chewie.
Yeah, so as you might expect, if Han and Chewie are in a battle together, add 2 Battle Destiny, which is crazy. Or search your deck, take Falcon into hand and reshuffle.
Oh.
Or if Han is defending a battle alone, you may react by deploying Chewie there for free from the reserve deck.
That's so good.
At the front door.
Your deck is like steamrolling into itself.
It's just...
The only thing we don't have is the Falcon.
That's true.
Yeah, it's your missing
Thank
component.
goodness,
Yeah.
right? Thank goodness.
All right, I got a Amon. Look at this Amon alien.
Amon. I haven't seen this one yet. Ugh, creepy. That's weird.
Dark side. Once per battle, may use 2 force to behead one opposing non-droid character lost for forfeited where present.
How do you spell that? What's the title?
AMAN. Amon.
AMAN.
Adds X to attrition against opponent in battles at the same site, where X is the number of beheaded victims.
Great. Ugh. Gross.
See you, John.
Oh, here we go. What's up? Ardon Vapor Krell. Did you see this guy already?
No.
You haven't seen him?
Is he rare?
Yeah, rare. Representative from the moisture farmers of Tatooine, Locale 253, pays Jabba for protection from the Sand People. But get this, your force drains are +1 at exterior sites where you have a vaporator or hydroponics station.
Are we going back to moisture farming?
While present with a vaporator, each of your characters is immune to attrition less than 3.
Wow.
We may end up moisture farming.
I think by the end of this, there will be a moisture
Yes.
farm going on. Check out this rare.
Cyril, nice. Yeah, my homie. That's right.
What is this even from? So it's a light side card. Her name is Jess. Popular musician, often seen with Bib Fortuna, captivates those around her, hoping to join a band and leave Jabba's palace. May retrieve a force each time you deploy a musician to the same site.
Oh,
During your
good.
turn, you can use 1 force to charm 1 male alien of ability less than 3. That male is forfeit 0 for the remainder of the turn.
Yeah, yes. I mean, there's just, the concepts are just everywhere.
People love they're going crazy for the moisture farming.
Yeah, I'm into it.
They got to some dark places in this set.
Oh, wow. Did you see Someone Who Loves You? It's very touching.
I haven't seen it yet.
Han and Leia smooching there. If Han was just lost and Leia is on
Han's
the table.
Who is it? And she's like, someone that loves you.
Yeah.
Because
that
he's
makes
just
sense.
coming out of carbonite, you can't see that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So if Han was just lost and Leia's on the table, place the just lost character on your used pile. So it works vice versa as well. If Leia's lost and Han's on the table, you can use
What's the destiny value on that?
set 4.
All right, that's solid.
Or if Leia is present at a site where Han is a captive, release Han. Or cancel the Force drain at a prison.
If it were the opposite, if Han could, obviously, thematically, it wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
If
And
Han
that's
could
what the
release
game's
that Leia,
asking.
that would be really good. I got Ortug, the lead Gamorrean guard. Deploys only on Tatooine. Functions as a leader if present with another Gamorrean. While at Audience Chamber, all your other Gamorreans are forfeit +2.
Yeah, and this is right. Zach Magassian in related, like that card proves the point. It's going to be a RAM-heavy match when you play these decks because there's a lot of things that are manipulating the values of other things on the table.
Yeah. Who knows if we'll even use those cards? Yeah, and it makes sense. I do. There are a lot of. I feel like it's been less RAM heavy early on in this series, and eventually they go there. And it's like all your scouts get +1.
Yeah.
If you're present with another scout, they get +1. Again.
Did you use Wart yet?
No. WOO.
So
WORRT.
what's this guard creature with ferocity, jump, etc.? So does it hang out? Its habitat is planet sites, except for Hoth. Is that in our little include?
Creatures were Dagobah, maybe,
That sounds right.
but I can just look it up. So I have these glossaries that came out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look up creature.
But then when at a, it doesn't attack your characters. When at a Tatooine site, prevents opponents' characters from using their land speed.
All right. Creatures deploy and move only within their habitat, as defined on their card. Neither presence nor force icons are required for deployment. Creatures have a land speed of 1 and may move during each of their owner's move phases. And then
cool.
there's literally stuff about creature attacks and creature vehicles.
Just prevent characters from using their land speed. That's pretty cool. And then 8d8 little droid here cancels a bunch of stuff and randomly releases captives by drawing destiny. So the Great Liberator.
Here's what's up. Avid Lun, AVEDLUUN. This is a Jawa leader. Right?
Oh, yeah, tell
so
me
it says,
more.
Shaman of her Jawa tribe, mate of Khalit, suspects betrayal from her mate's rival, Witten. Deploys only on Tatooine. During your control phase, you may search your reserve deck, take one Utini or Jawa into hand, and reshuffle. If you have 3 or more Jawas on the table, you may play Utini to cancel a force drain at a Tatooine site or to cancel control.
Beautiful. We've seen a lot of that. We've seen a lot of those Jawas that
Yeah,
do that kind
I
of
think-
similar idea.
Typically, Jawa, there's more Jawa stuff on the light side and more Tusken stuff on the dark side for whatever reason. Didn't see Sabak. You'd love to see it. Ah, yes. There he is.
The Rancor. Hey,
Let's
look,
check
you
this
got it,
guy out.
man.
6 deploy cost, 0 forfeit. His
Classic creature.
ferocity is 8 plus destiny. Habitat is Rancor Pit and exterior planet sites. Deploys only to Rancor Pit or a site where Malakili is the only character.
Yeah, because it's the tamer or whatever, yeah?
Yep, moves toward another Rancor whenever possible. So let's look up the Rancor.
Armored Hide, 5. Ferocity equals 8 plus destiny.
Well, Rancor's not in here.
Kept as pets by eccentrics and crime lords. You know, that's important.
So I think, let me go, oh, creature attacks, that was in here. Let me open that.
Gigantic predator creature. It's
So-
cool that they move toward other Rancors whenever possible. Do they fight each other, or do they just
don't
hang
think
out
so.
together?
Creatures do not participate in battles. Instead, they participate in attacks. Cards that specifically affect battles do not affect attacks. Creatures attack only when they are present with another creature, a creature vehicle, or a non-droid character. However, characters aboard any non-creature vehicles, even open vehicles, are protected from creature attacks. Ferocity. Creatures have a ferocity number which they use both offensively and defensively. If a creature has a variable ferocity, such as 3 plus destiny, draw such destiny each time the creature participates in an attack. There are 3 kinds of attacks. Creatures attacking creatures, creatures attacking non-droid characters and creature vehicles, and creatures being attacked. Which then it
I
covers
imagine
all
8
of it.
plus destiny is pretty high.
Yeah,
on that
he's
number.
ferocious. But I'm curious, I'll have to look at exactly how it works. Got you. So Christopher's saying you can basically put the Rancor in the pit and then feed people using trapdoor down to him, and then he will somehow, like I have trapdoor. If you have no characters at Rancor pit at the end of your deploy phase, target a character, even a captive, at audience chamber. Draw Destiny. If Destiny +2 is greater than their ability, target is relocated to the Rancor pit. And if a captive, released to the light side of Rancor pit. So they go to the other side of the table.
Yeah, and what's the point of feeding them to what's the point of the Rancor thing?
Well, let me grab...
They're like...
Let me see if I can find Rancor pit really quick.
Meantime, I got Tanis Speedjack, male Elam, former spy for the rebellion.
Also, spies can deploy where you don't have presence.
Okay, that's relevant,
yeah. And then I don't think they can be targeted. Like, you can't fight them when they're kind of undercover.
Yeah, there's like an undercover spy thing that I've seen tossed around too.
Okay, Rancor pit. Darkside says, Dark Waters may deploy here. If a creature present, cards cannot move from here.
Okay.
So they're trapped. Light side, if your character here is eaten, the opponent retrieves force equal to their forfeit.
Opponent retrieves force. So the person eating the thing retrieves force equal to their what? Power, ability?
Their forfeit.
Forfeit. Oh, that could be really good.
And I'm not sure how you get the Rancor to eat them, but that's the goal. Somehow. Palpatine is returned.
My gosh. Check out reuse. Why did they get obsessed with threes here? Is it 3 eyes or 3?
I think it's because he had 3 eyes.
So it says, convicted of murder, exiled from his homeworld, smuggler and bounty hunter, slowly going insane, fond of making things explode, plotting to kill Jabba. But check this out. 3 power, 3 ability. This is reuse. R-E-E-Y-E-E-S. 3 death or 3 cost, 3 forfeit, thrice per battle at same side. If you just drew a battle destiny of 3, you can use 3 force to add 3 to that destiny.
And look at his icon in this top corner.
Yeah, he's got 3 eyes instead of the
2.
normal. Yeah,
That's hilarious. That is perfectly summed up as Star Wars CCG stuff.
crazy.
Oh, I've never even seen this. Curdo 3, light side location.
Oh,
If
cool.
you occupy, once per turn, you may search your reserve deck and take any desert, Kidonak, or sand whirl into your hand.
Nice, nice, nice.
Dark side, you control here, force drain -1.
Yeah.
It's a great location.
I love all those planets, though.
The planets are one of the
just look
coolest looking
awesome.
things in this game, for sure.
Beetle, Rhodian bounty hunter. Beto, probably related to Greedo. Or is that just how they name themselves? Oh, relative of Greedo. It says it right there.
Right there.
Taking
Hilarious.
Greedo's place in Jabba's court, fearful of Jabba's wrath, notorious sycophant. This is crazy. Whenever Greedo threatens a smuggler, you may add 2 to your destiny draw. So literally, if Greedo threatens Han...
How does he do that?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out if we draw Greedo or have Greedo or something.
I feel like they had way too much fun making this game. You can
That's
imagine.
what you feel, isn't it? You feel like they really just are enjoying the...
Like, look at this character. His name is literally Droopy McCool. McCool. He's a musician, of course. 2 cost 3, etc., etc. Hilarious. He's immune to attrition less than the number of your musicians on the table.
It's very impressive. There's a lot of that in this. This is where the musicians and the moisture farming really comes to life, isn't it?
And we finally arrive at the end.
Final pack?
I like Droopy McCool.
Yeah. Droopy.
I think the last big hit we haven't seen is R2.
The jetpack is good. You got Bane Malar.
Oh, that's the other big hit. I needed that.
Mysterious bounty hunter of an unknown species rumored to be somewhat telepathic. I love being rumored to be telepathic, would be terrifying. Infrequent member of Jabba's court, plotting to kill Jabba. Everybody's plotting to kill Jabba.
It's a terrifying place for old Jabba.
Power 1, ability 4. Why is his palace so scary? What's going on? What's the whole Jabba? I'm not as familiar with that movie as the other two. Is it just Jabba's just there and there's a bunch of people making deals and like
They don't explain it much to you.
Good.
Good. Yeah, it's like it should be. So basically, he's just got a palace that's very secure, and there's a bunch of seedy people that are there.
Yeah.
And you don't know who's who, and like the whole intro of the movie is this very elaborate ploy to get in and rescue Han.
Yeah, I remember that.
That is, if you think about it too much, it doesn't make any sense, but it's a really cool scheme. And so,
Guess it worked.
They sneak in, and ultimately, yeah. But apparently, Jabba's it's like a crime lord, right?
Yeah.
It's like he's there, but he's done bad things and to a lot of people.
Right.
So he's not exactly like...
He's not untouchable, yeah.
Yeah.
Although he probably is kind of untouchable, but they definitely still want to kill him. Look at the text on this guy, man. Start of the battle. So first of all, a 1/4, so 4 ability off the bat on one character is amazing.
Yeah.
At the start of the battle, use a force to mind scan a non-droid character of lesser ability. So 3 ability or less, which is all the Hans and Leis. You add that character's power and game text to your own for the remainder of the battle.
He copies people.
That's incredible.
It's an amazing card.
That's incredible.
Meanwhile, my final rare is Hutt Bounty. Deploy on a smuggler, gambler, or thief. If subsequently captured by a bounty hunter and then transferred to Jabba's palace dungeon, retrieve force equal to that character's forfeit, +6 if Han, and lose this effect.
+6 if Han?
Yeah.
What,
So
Han's forfeit is probably like 3 or 4?
Yeah, so it's just retrieve 10 health.
Retrieve 10?
Yeah.
So really, the bounty hunting, a lot of it seems to revolve around wanting to have a longer game. Like you're just going to outlast. I mean, you're just retrieving a bunch of force, and they might.
Well, it helps having this Twilight Advisor and all wrapped up, be able to start. So basically, once this is out, anytime you forfeit a character, if I have a bounty hunter, they can capture it.
Yeah.
So that makes capturing way easier.
Yeah.
Like I can't even begin to normally
that makes it 1,000 than what you were trying to do last time. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and so then if you are capturing now, that was part of the problem in general. Is like capturing was hard enough, but before then you also had to do the other thing like freezing and carbonite.
Yeah.
And so to get all of that to line up, it has to have a really big payout. But now it's a lot easier. Obviously.
No, they made it easier. I don't know. I feel like took the training wheels or put the training wheels on.
All right, here's this. As we do at this point, it's customary. Sort by light and dark, sort by card type, sort by card. Start looking at decks and maybe build. I'm happy that we got Jabba and his palace and his sail barge.
Yeah, we got the whole spread. I mean,
the kind of interesting thing about deck building, even when I'm doing this with like a full collection, and it's helpful to be on like a deck builder or whatever, is like you start building a deck and like, let's say I was like, I'm going to do Jabba's palace and here's Jabba. And this is the location I'm starting with. And you start going down, and like pretty soon you have like 45 or 60 cards picked out before you've made too many choices.
Yep.
It's almost more like what story you're trying to tell.
It's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, it's like, well, these go together. If you're going to tell this, like you're going to be moisture farming. They say it in the card.
Yeah.
This is somebody who's good at that.
Versus like a more abstract, like, I'm trying to like control my opponent's hand.
Yeah.
And you have a bunch of cards, or like in Ashes, right? It is a little more abstract, where it's like direct damage is my lane, or like I'm going to have this big character and do this thing.
Recurring units.
And so there's not a lot of cards that say, big character, but a lot of these cards say, if you have Han and Leia together.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Well,
and then the Star Wars TCG was kind of, you had generically just good decks with the numbers, but you also had like, I'm running a droid deck, or I'm running a Darth Maul deck. So it was more abstract, but it was still pretty thematic in the pocket. Are we going to do a series for the TCG?
I have it at the ready.
We have to.
Some of those boxes were not easy to find.
Well, thank you for doing the Lord's work there.
Yeah.
We'll just capture all of this.
I did it only for your benefit.
We want to capture all of this as an archive for 20 years from now, whenever, like, what was it like?
And then ultimately built
before the robots took over.
Field cubes.
Yeah.
That's another piece of the pie.
This is what we did.
Which I built the Star Wars CCG cube right before the pandemic. I was planning on hosting a big draft. 16-person Star Wars CCG draft.
Wow.
Yep. I had a bunch of people excited to visit to do that. And then the pandemic happened. But now, having played so much more of the game, I'm going to have to go reassess that cube. Because I put in, again, a lot of things that thematically go together. I I restricted it to basically 3 planets, so all decks had to be playing.
Nice.
It was Hoth, Tatooine, and Endor, the main movie planets.
Yeah.
Just to, ensure people were playing against each other instead of next to each other.
That's a good thing to have. At a certain point, you just say like we're all on Hoth, and then see what happens.
Jonathan, we were saying it kind of funny, but not kidding, really. He's saying, I know you're joking a bit, but this archiving of the Star Wars CCG experience truly is a great thing to have. I do very much love...
These are important memories and experiences.
As someone who just loves these old games, it's really cool that we can document this experience of going through these games as they were released, and anyone at any time can revisit that and kind of experience it. Because I know the boxes are hard to come by at this point as well. So getting the experience myself that's where it started. That's where I started getting the boxes. I wanted to do that. But then also being able to share that with a bunch of people is awesome.
You're getting an invite from A9588522, one of our droid friends there in the chat. Zach, will you come to my Star Wars CCG tournament and draft in East Hampton, Connecticut on July 16th?
This July,
make that happen?
Not going to happen. But I have looked at the Players Committee still hosts like a World Championship and stuff. And so I may end up going, if they had, I know there's a format that only uses the actual cards, like the old school cards.
The elitist format?
I haven't done it yet, but once you get into the digital, like print your own cards and play, it's so many more cards that like, it's not even a matter of like, am I interested? It's just like, my brain can't do it yet.
Too much to process.
Can't make that leap. Van, it's funny.
The thing is, I think a lot of this stuff, the prices of everything has gone up a lot in the past year.
I got in on a lot of that at a good time.
Scooped in.
Even the CCG boxes, not all of them, but a lot of them came from they had a bunch of boxes they just wanted to get rid of. And so I bought a big lot of boxes, and I actually ended up selling all but one of each of them.
Right.
After the prices had gone, because I was like, oh, this is great. We can do draft and sealed, and I wanted to be able to play like all the way through. And then like I had bought a bunch of singles, but I didn't buy a ton of the like commons and uncommons that I wasn't specifically put in a deck. So like this is a great way to get all those cards. And then the world just went crazy, so I had them, and then the prices went crazy. So
you sold them.
It was just a fortunate exchange that let us do this.
Destiny, some would say.
That's right. And same thing, Lord of the Rings TCG, which we ended up playing. We played with decks that had cards from sets I had never seen. It was a very different experience from what I remember, because I played that game as it was coming out. And the reality is like, those boxes have also gone crazy. But I think I literally paid, compared to today's prices, like 20%.
Wow.
Of what they're going for right now.
That's crazy.
Will says, how do you ever even find someone with a lot of boxes to get rid of? I'm in a lot of different places, and I keep my eyes open. So like there's a bunch of different Facebook groups and Reddits, and people know as well. I know a lot of people, fortunately, who know I'm looking for this kind of stuff. So I get tagged when there's opportunities as well. And then there's like eBay notifications and whatnot. But I've seen people finding the craziest stuff at like Goodwill or like pawn shops. It'll be like, oh, there's this box of Star Wars stuff, and it's like 5 sealed boxes of Death Star 2. It's like, that's crazy.
What a fun little treasure hunt.
I just paid $40 for this $20,000 in boxes. Crazy.
I hope it's not actually 20 grand.
I mean, it's literally
actually that much?
like $3 or $4 a box.
Are you kidding?
For that set. That was the last set they were losing the license, or not last set. It just didn't get printed very much.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's like Coruscant or Thieves Palace was the last set, and it got way underprinted. But it's, yeah. Wow. Jonathan says he bought a box of Star Wars CCG Reflections 3 for $2,500. He sold it a week later for $4,600.
My gosh. I had no idea this is what we were dealing with.
I don't have that box.
That's just aggressive.
Isn't that crazy? But like I almost bought a box of Reflections once. So Reflections were like highlight sets.
Yeah.
And they would go grab, the most important stuff, reprint it, etc. I almost bought a box of Reflections 1 for this series for $500.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, that's so much to spend on a box.
Yeah.
And now the cheapest you can find is like $1,500. Van, I do have special edition. I think that's the next set. I think it's special edition and then Indoor and Death Star 2 is what's left.
You have Death Star 2?
Yes.
Was that the expensive one?
It is, but I didn't get a sealed box.
Oh, cool. What, you got a resealed box?
No, there was a guy who had a box forever. And he opened like 3 or 4 of the packs. So he had a box and he was like, hey, I have all the cards. Here they are. And it doesn't have the collector value because it's not sealed.
Right.
But that's not what this is for.
Yeah, cool.
Right?
Well, that's fortunate.
Yeah.
That's smart. So this has been a long process then. Super long process.
Yeah.
Getting all this stuff.
But it's been years of me just paying attention and these weird opportunities coming up.
That's amazing.
So it's
amazing.
Here we are.
And here we are. And now we're able to do this.
Ooh, look at all these
It's actually
vehicles
really
that I
hard to
get.
do it. Turns out.
Yeah, that's right. But we're documenting it so anyone can experience it. You know?
Yeah.
I got a bunch of skiffs and a Jabba sail barge. I like that.
Yeah.
We're not in
I got
space this
skiffs
time.
as well.
This is not a space set.
We're gonna be in the desert.
We're going to be in the palace.
Well,
That thermal
I'm gonna
detonator does
be
look
in the
cool.
desert.
You know that's the kind of card that'll get me to build a deck.
You probably need more than one though, you know?
Is there only one?
There's only one that I saw.
I have a character that can recur weapons.
As long as those 20 things line up, you'll be in good shape.
It is the Star Wars CCG, man. I'm all about that life. All right, are any of these weapons worth anything? Let's look at the Vibro Axe. You gotta love Vibro Axes. Oh wow, that's kind of wild.
Yeah, they really can get a feel for things.
Mos Eisley Blaster is free on Aliens on Tatooine. May target for free, draw destiny. Character is forfeit -2 for the main. Okay.
It's more consistent, but not as meaningful.
Not as meaningful. I don't know that I would build a deck around Thermal Detonator, but I would put it in my deck.
Yeah, you gotta have one. All right, skiffs. So you run some skiffs.
If you're in the desert mode. What up, Boldrick? It has been a while.
Work's been insane. I hope it's good insane. Skiff.
I'm gonna approach this a little different. I'm gonna look at also this Twilight Advisor, because it lets you play an effect at the start of the game, means that a bunch of cards that we weren't ever playing are suddenly a lot more useful.
Yeah.
You can set up a whole theme off of that.
Okay. Sandwhirl, Kittinak, Desert Kittinak, or Sandwhirl. Okay. Let's see. Hitonak. What is that? Oh, here we go. Okay.
I'm really. Do you have any vibe you're leaning in at this point? You looking for inspiration?
Some things have gotten my attention here. So, like, this planet says, if you occupy it, once per turn, you can search your deck for any desert, Kittinak, or Sandwhirl and put it in your hand. So I'm pulling out the Kittinaks and the Sandwhirls, and I'm going to see kind of what that looks like. See what kind of like weird little synergies are going on there. And then, we want to play just out of this box, which I think we should if you want to.
I don't know that I can play exclusively out of this box.
Yeah,
but I can theme around this.
I could go back to moisture farming, which I would love to do because I never really got to do it.
So I am probably going to try to make like Jabba work somehow.
Yeah.
And like that whole scum of villainy thing, but like I need to grab Boba Fett from the past set.
Yeah, you got to have those bounty hunters.
I'm going to try to be on theme. I'll put it to you that way. Audience chamber seems important. Crazy is, okay. There it is. Okay, so if I start at Jabba's Palace, during the deploy phase, you can deploy one Jabba's Palace site from your reserve deck.
So you can start expanding the palace.
So that's really probably the deck, because then you don't need to run a bunch of copies of the stuff.
That's super helpful.
And then it's kind of crazy because, like, let's say I go get the audience chamber. Audience chamber has the once a game you can deploy Jabba from your deck.
So then you start to build it. Basically, yeah, you're building
go.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
What is this little? What is that little? Is that one per deck, or what is that little empty diamond on Sand Whirl?
It's right here. I forget what that is. Does chat know?
There can only be one out, maybe at any time.
Older saying Sand Whirl is the planet's version of Hot Snowstorm that made people go missing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the diamond means, but
one per planet, said Space Ninja Pirate.
Okay. So this is the bid fortune is -3 here. I'm liking that. I don't know.
Yeah, one on the table. Much. Okay. I see.
That's good. Interesting. The droid workshop on Jabba's palace. Droids deploy -1 here, so I'm sure there's a whole dark side droid deck waiting to come together here.
You gotta find those key cards. That's the.
I'm not 100% sure how the Rancor works, but I'm interested. I also didn't get a Sarlacc. Was Sarlacc in this set?
Oh, it's the Sarlacc. I was thinking Sarlacc when I was thinking of the Rancor. Sarlacc's the big crazy mouth. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, the pit. This is before you see the Sarlacc.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Sarlacc is in special edition. Scott L, the diamond is 1 per planet.
Yeah, okay. So this makes sense. So we've got the Ketonics here. They're musicians, or Kitanak, musicians. They're immune to Gravel Storm, Sand Whirl, and Desert land speed requirements. So I bet it's harder to move in the desert. This location, so Tatooine Desert. Game text prevents characters with land speed less than 2 from moving away. But it doesn't affect the movement of vehicles. So if you move less than 2, you can't move at all. Characters with land speed greater than 1 can move through the desert, but the average character needs some kind of assistance. A vehicle can be deployed to rescue characters, and summon requires temporarily add land speed. Okay. They can move through it, but they need some kind of assistance. Okay.
The desert?
Yeah. So if you have a land speed less than 2, so that would be 1.
Yep.
Or 0.
Or none.
You can't move.
In the desert? Or in the sandstorm?
In anything that's labeled Tatooine Desert.
Oh, okay. So that I have the literally a card called Tatooine Desert.
Yeah.
It says your character movement from here requires +1 land speed.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Same here.
So they tell you. Okay.
So that's a terrible place to be if you need a vehicle.
But then Kitanak is immune to the desert land speed requirements.
Okay, so he can roll.
It can still move around in the desert. Oh, gender of characters. Wow. Pretty on the nose on that one, too. Leia Organa, new version of the Leia persona, enters play by deploying as a captive or by replacing a different Leia using the persona replacement rule. Okay, it's worth noting, too, that there's now Battleground. We now need to know that there are battlegrounds. This is a new term for existing things.
Okay.
If a system, sector, or site location has the following things, it's considered a battleground. It has force icons. Both players are able to deploy there. And both players are not prevented from initiating battles.
It's a battleground.
So both have force icons, both are able to deploy, and both are not prevented from initiating. Then it's now a battleground.
Okay.
So basically anywhere both people could fight and deploy.
So like Jabba's Palace Dungeon, no light side icons, is not a battleground.
It's not a battleground.
Jabba's Palace, both icons.
Yeah.
There's no prevention from attacking. Jabba's Palace is a battleground.
That seems right. Yeah.
And if we're wrong, chat will let us know, and we appreciate it.
That's right. Revised Sabacc rules.
Uh-oh.
Wild cards in Sabacc were required to have a value between 1 and 6 previously, but it's now amended that the value must be within the range shown on the Sabacc card itself.
Okay.
So it now gives us the Sabacc card. Where's the Sarlacc? Is in here. The almighty Sarlacc, ancient creature of the Tatooine desert, makes its debut as an unlimited white border preview card in the Star Wars customizable card game's second anthology. So that's where the Sarlacc is.
I actually remember having that. The anthologies were these nice box sets.
Yeah, nice.
The first one's like gold, and the second one was like a Death Star pattern. And that's the one that has that in it.
What's next? The special edition expansion set. The adventure of a lifetime returns in a way you've never seen before, featuring newly enhanced visual effects and a few new surprises. This will be a day long remembered. Play it again for the first time.
So that they released a special edition of the original trilogy, which was special and less good. They did make a lot of improvements to the visual effects, like some just little things, like the way lightsabers looked and stuff. But they also added weird, unnecessary things. We watched the Star Wars we were watching were actually the ones on Disney Plus, because I was curious to see what those looked like. They're a little different as well, and some of that is painfully obvious. That it's like, that there was not a creature there before. It was just now it's digitally enhanced.
Yeah, awful for no reason. For absolutely no reason.
Yeah, George had a vision.
Yeah.
Once.
The closer you got to it, the worse that thing got. This is a really cool layout now that we get to do here too, where we have the cantina, the docking bay, Mos Eisley, a ton of exteriors, then the palace,
Because you have to go through the
entrance
desert to get to
cavern,
the palace. You know?
and then the palace sites here, and then the Rancor pit, and all on the other side of the Tatooine system. I absolutely love it. We're gonna zoom that camera out 1,000 ways from Sunday.
And we will.
If camera be the zoom of life, then zoom on, I say.
Spoken like a zoomer.
All right, so now I'm looking at Curdo 3. I know that I can get Kitonax and Sand Whirls for free. And I know that the Kitonax a musician. So now I'm going to be like, well, what other musicians do I have? What musician synergy do I have? What else is immune to Sand Whirls? And what else is really going to want to be at exterior sites where Sand Whirls would matter? Maybe now we'll go to the locations and see what we can actually put together here.
That's where I started.
Jabba's Palace, I'm going to ignore. Tatooine Desert. You can have 3 of these.
Yep.
Oh, I get it. Okay, so that's the whole game here. So I can just hang out in the desert, and if we're sand whirling and I'm immune to it, you cannot, unless you also have things that are immune to it.
That's right. Bring an enclosed vehicle. Sand, it gets everywhere.
Hut Canyon. Okay, this is nice.
I don't have a location.
I love it. I love the desert. As much as I like water, I love the desert as well.
That makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like your complementary color.
Yeah. Ooh, I do love these,
Look at all these
desert locations.
There's looking at all these characters. This is Star Wars.
That is Star Wars, right? That's what we missed, I think, from 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah, just like look at how many different.
How incredible is this?
And there's like in 7, there's the Maz scene where there's all those creatures in a palace or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
but it's different.
But it's different.
It's just wild.
It's different. When you start, I love that feeling when you start breaking down the cards you just opened, and you're like, this is manageable. I understand what's happening here. Like, it's not overwhelming.
Yeah. Like once you start sorting it, it gets a lot more obvious.
Like this guy, like Shadowfan says, while Cabe at audience chamber. So it's like this guy wants to be inside, so that's the inside pile. Jabba's palace sites, inside pile. Exterior site. Here we go. May use 2 forces search reserve to take a related site into hand and shuffle your deck. While at audience chamber, our forfeit +2. Geese him. Gonna do some work for me there.
I feel like this is this seemingly, and I'm curious for in chat whoever was around to tell me if this is right or wrong. But I feel like this is the set where the game started trying to address from a card design standpoint a lot of the inconsistencies of the design.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to start with an effect, the ability to search out specific locations or characters. And over time, what we'll see as we get to these next couple of sets is like you start having a strategy and you can start making it happen every time. And so it's not as like just, play some stuff and whatever I happen to draw is how I'll play this time. Which is, I think, a boon and a bane to a certain extent. In one way, it kind of restricts the things people are willing to use to play. In another way, it would be pretty frustrating to have a strategy that just doesn't ever work.
Mm-hmm. You know what that's like.
Or randomly it's good and randomly it's bad. Cyril's saying we used to call it programming our decks because so much relied on deck building instead of actually playing.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher's saying he agrees. He thinks Jabba's palace helped a number of things. I do think at some point, not that I'm necessarily against it. I like the experience. It's just very different than what we've been doing. It becomes so much, like there's so much going on from the very beginning. When you're putting one piece on the board at a time and building to the board state, it's a lot easier to follow than when it's like, we each start with 12 things happening that reference each other.
Definitely. Yeah, because you kind of get the sense like, I don't want to go there for reasons that I've already established in my head.
Yeah.
So I can move on, You can run plastoid armor. That's crazy.
Yeah. This is actually an incredible stopping point after this set for now. Because the next set's where they also introduce objectives, which is you get a start, an interrupt, and an objective.
Yeah.
And it's like...
It starts to get real.
Yeah. And they did it for good reason. One of them being trying to make cards that weren't playable. But it becomes a lot. I'm curious how we take it once we get there. All right, let's look at you, Jabba.
What's a mobile site? What does that mean? Does it like actually have the keyword?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it one of these little weird icons?
Mobile site. It's this icon. Little blue.
Okay, little blue beeper. Hit me on my beeper. Go bathroom. Hit me on my beeper. Hit me on my beeper. Beeper.
Yeah. All right. Stream, if you know what you're doing.
Don't help him.
I'm looking at Jabba and Rancor. Now, Jabba just wants aliens in his palace and stuff. But Rancor, you guys were saying, look at Trapdoor. So let's pull that out. Scum of Villainy is an important card. So I can make all my aliens -2, which is pretty crazy. There's Trapdoor. If you have no characters at Rancor Pit, at the end of each of your deploy phase, target a character, add audience chamber, draw Destiny if Destiny +2 is greater than their ability, likely, target relocated Rancor Pit, and if a captive, released to the light side. So if I get into the Rancor Pit, let's just look at it. Rancor Pit. Dark Waters may deploy here. Do I have Dark Waters? Creature present cards cannot move from here. Let's look at the Rancor. I'm still not sure what it does. So I'm going to look up. I don't think Rancor had an entry. creatures. I need my abacus.
You're learning the rules. Never win now.
John says, I don't think the Rancor is all that useful at this point. He just eats them. It's fun, but not much benefit. Somehow the Rancor automatically attacks at the start of a battle.
Yeah, there's that's the creature rules, right? If there's something there that it can attack, it does.
But I thought it didn't attack characters.
It attacks non-droid characters.
That may have been my...
And so, like, I feel like if I have stuff out here in the desert, you can drop a Rancor down and it just runs around and kills me. And I've got to deal with that.
Really?
That's the way I feel. And that's important.
How you feel?
Yeah. +2 an audience change.
Oh yeah, non-droid characters and creature vehicles. Each creature present with one or more droid non-droid characters or creature vehicles must initiate an attack. If there are targets for the creature to attack on both sides of the force, the creature's owner decides which side will be attacked. If there's more than one potential target, choose one, randomly. Oh, wow. My Fire Video saying, I can't believe there's live Star Wars CCG on my TV. 1995 me would be freaking out.
It is pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, it's very weird. Very strange.
So I thought the creatures didn't attack people.
I think they do.
But the Rancor deploys only to the Rancor pit or where Mala Keely is the only character.
So you can put it... You can if you drop a Mala Keely or whatever, then you can deploy the Rancor there, right?
Just out in the desert.
Yeah, and then it's like
roam
bad
around
news
trying
bears.
to eat you. I don't mind that. Imagine a desert that costs an extra one to move through, and also there's a Rancor there.
Not good.
You just wouldn't go.
Do you have any swamp locations or anything? I've seen some
From
swamp
Dagobah,
cards. Yeah. It's all Dagobah stuff, isn't it?
Swamping ain't easy.
Swamping ain't easy, that's right. Look. Cancel torture, etc. Tatooine or +1 extra where you have a vaporator. Oh man, yes. I'm 100% doing this. Force Stranger +1 at exterior sides for a vaporator. Yes. Yes. I'm so into this. Ardon Vapor Krell. He's the key. He was the key the whole time. You got it. This is the guy. That's the guy, man. That's the guy. I got Ithorians coming out of the yin-yang here. Light side text of the Rancor pit is important, apparently.
That's how I treated before. So I just didn't understand how the Rancor was attacking.
Okay.
But now I get it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Droopy McCool, of course. The Ketonic musician, also immune to Sand Whirl.
Part of me feels like you're going to be playing music at the palace and there's not going to be any fights going on. We're just going to be hanging out.
I think I'm going to be playing music in the desert. It's going to be like a Burning Man situation.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
How hip.
Yeah, right. Whoa. I'm at least just finding out what's possible. And we could do that nighttime stuff. Wasn't that nighttime stuff weird, where things got better at night?
Well, there's a night and people getting lost and like... Dude, check out this Trandoshan text. Power and forfeit +1 at the same side as a Wookiee. They hate Wookiees. Or a Bosk is the audience chamber. I don't have Bosk, so whatever. But when in battle at the same side as a bounty, adds 1 to attrition against opponent.
Ooh.
So you could have a pile of these out. And it's like, if there's a bounty present, you're just at attrition 1,000,000.
And I've reached 1 million attrition. 2, 3 times return. Okay, and Nerf Herder. Scruffy looking appearance conceals his expertise in unusual combat techniques. That's very funny. Okay. These Deveronians are terrifying. Deploys on Tatooine, Aved Loon. Search reserve deck, take one, you retain your Jabba into hand and reshuffle. Ability 3, wow. Okay, yes.
This.
The desert. The desert's calling my name.
So now I'm basically going through, I organize all my characters, and I'm going through to remove any characters I'm not using.
Mm-hmm. Good idea. Got Jess. That's good. Musician to same site. Really less than 3, that means forfeit equals 0.
I need to look up the spy rules in a minute. Old Beto. I love that you were jokingly saying Ken DeGreedo, and then it actually was.
Yeah. Yeah. Swamp stuff. And twice during battle it seems system made to add 2 to any of destiny of 2.
Do I have Mosep?
It's the 2 guy. Why did they do this stuff? What's the point of having all these 2s and 3s and stuff?
I think they were just
freestyling?
digging the well. You know? What if we had a 2 and a 3 that we keyed off of?
It's a good question, isn't it?
Interesting. I almost like the weak ways.
You should.
That's what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I think they're. I mean, they're just generally awesome as things.
They're in my draft cube
Good.
because I had all these cards. Hilarious. I'm going to leave them out because they're interesting. Anything that says deploy -1 is always interesting to me. Nope.
Max Rebo at the audience chamber. Let's go.
Play that music.
You activate 1 force whenever you force drain with an alien. An accountant, Lojanella, Loje. Okay, that goes into the audience chamber stack.
Dude, the synergy, I'm telling you, it writes itself. Look at this. If you want to be thematic. So I have the Chevins, Chevins.
Yep.
Power +2 and forfeit +1, while Effentmon, which I have, at audience chamber. When forfeit at the same side as one of your alien leaders, may satisfy all remaining attrition against you.
Man, that's great.
Isn't that awesome?
That forfeit all attrition is obscene. I'd kill for that most of the time.
CZ4 is awesome too. You can't react to the same side as him. Most importantly, though, I can react to a battle or force drain at the same or adjacent Jabba's palace site by deploying, at normal use of the Force, a non-unique alien to that site from my deck.
So good.
So, like, I can go get a Chevin because a non-unique alien, right?
You're doing the old alien clown car there.
This is crazy.
Can we deploy on Timtal from reserve deck? Reshuffle. Okay. You can be my leader. Timtal Screech. Oh, it's Lando. Well, there you go. We finally got a Lando.
Yep. It's Orlando.
Oof. Ooh la. Ooh la la.
Oh, wow. You would love these guys. The Weequay Marksman. Deploys only in Tatooine, etc. May fire 1 weapon during your control phase. Also, may use 2 force to assassinate any character hit by a Weequay Marksman. Victim is immediately lost.
Yes.
So if you hit them with a weapon with this thing, you can pay 2 and they're immediately
Yes. That is so good. I do love that kind of stuff. You're completely right. Any jungle, swamp, forest, or exterior. 1/1 prevents creatures from attacking where present. Indoor. Who needs indoor? I'm going to be outdoors. It's funny.
I get it.
Yeah, just keeping tabs on the humor here. Okay, so we've got, this is a pile. You kind of get your aliens, and then the leader of those aliens seems to be pretty common here. Put those guys together. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Yakora. Yakora. Do we have Yakora? Are they a race, or is that a card name?
I don't know. You're gonna learn so much.
What's a Yakora? Is it popping on the screen right now?
Looks like it. No, that's my marksman.
Yeah. What is a Yakora?
What'd you call me?
I think, is this one of those things I'm supposed to know?
I don't know it, so who knows?
Thorians. Let's get these Thorians out of here.
I do have a lot of 3s for old thricers.
Oh, you're Korra. Here they are. Found them. They're the little happy llama looking guys.
Yeah. They do look like they're having a good time.
They look very nice.
I'm gonna condense
Wise.
a little bit out of your way.
That's fine. I'm expanding, but then I'm gonna collapse again.
I have secured peace.
You kind of really do have. Here's the non-uniques, and then here's a unique leader.
Yeah, for sure.
Messes with them. I've got it for the Ishitibs. I've got it for the Yarkoras. So that's an easy pile. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Tolan.
Okay. I have a pile of maybe characters. And I gotta go through the reds.
Audience chamber. Any starfighter is immune to Talon roll and is not lost if an asteroid sector is drawn for asteroid destiny. Wow, that's very specific. Rake Regierd. That's a pilot. Don't need to worry about that. Ishtib. While on Cloud City adds 1 to your force drains. Pukamir Thriss, former gas miner. This is the one that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the mining guy.
You may say.
That's a really cool ability.
I'm gonna probably get some Sabacc going in here.
Hey, I was thinking about that as well.
It's just too fun.
I know, that's the problem.
I was not capable of resisting. You'll Hutt smooch.
Yeah, you can watch that Hutt smooch.
Literally, when that part was coming in the movie, I looked over my wife. She went, couldn't watch it. She thinks Jabba's gross. He is.
He is gross. Yeah, by design.
Yeah. Nailed it. Way to go, George.
Okay, so there's all of our locations. This weird creature is weird.
Now, you also really, it is important to understand what is the effect you're going to start with, because it's hard to get around the fact that you just should be doing that.
Yes. True.
You'll get there.
Ferocity 3. So creatures automatically attack other things. And how does ferocity work? Does it try to hit stuff like a weapon?
So ferocity is usually just defined as the stat plus a destiny draw. And then...
It's just a stat on this one, just 3. And jump 4, so it can move 4 spaces, I guess?
Yeah, probably.
I'll put them in my desert stack.
Yeah, creatures have a ferocity number, which they use offensively and defensively. So yeah, that's its attack stat.
Okay. So Kirdo 3. These guys. This is the desert moment.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm. That's the direction I'm heading, Mr. Woodfall.
Tonics, the sand whirls. This is all desert stuff. And this is all desert stuff. Okay, it's Jabba's palace. What is your Jabba's palace game text? What does your
Really
Jabba's
good.
palace say?
During your deploy phase, you may deploy one Jabba's Palace site from your reserve deck.
Okay. So canceling that is an okay thing to do. Desert stack, done. Now, these guys.
What phase are you on?
I'm getting my stacks. I've kind of already got the theme going on, but I've got stacks.
You've kind of just got to get a general understanding of what's available to you.
I now kind of know the general idea of what these cards are doing.
Jabba's Palace. Turns out that torture card that you were disturbed by is a big deal in this set.
I am disturbed by it, and it does seem like it has an impact.
The old sand whirl.
I think we're playing Mos Eisley again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah. Some of that early Tatooine stuff coming back around.
I think I'm going to play some Deveronians.
No, it's not a party until they show up.
Yeah, well, they're gamblers and regarded as drunkards, gamblers, and fools by many species.
Of course.
Yeah.
We all knew that.
But they know better.
There's this weirdly low number of red cards here.
I felt the same way. My character stack was bigger than my red
Way
stack
bigger.
for the first time
Yeah.
ever.
I love that Jawas and Tusken Raiders are immune to the sand whirl.
Yeah. Do you have a bunch of Jawas and Tuskens?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any Jawas or Tuskens.
The Jawas and Tusken cards are all from the first set.
Right.
There's support cards in the set
Okay.
for them.
Okay, cool.
I got a couple uniques and like some of the red cards.
You should definitely run some of that because I think you're going to have to do some desert hops.
Well, I have the sail barge.
Oh, right. So you can just sail out into it, which of course is exactly what we need to see. And I need to try to take your ship down. Yeah.
I am going to look seriously at these Sabacc games that we can play.
Okay. Then okay.
Oh, nice. Bantha Potter. Used Interrupt. Cancel something specific. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. Or you can search your deck for a Bantha, Tusken Raider, Tam Dren Garen, or a Weequay. So that's interesting.
Always good.
What?
You need this guy, but he's light side. Guess that's not going to work for you.
Oh my goodness, this is so good. This is so good.
I saw the light.
Oh, Scott, literally in the chat saying, yes, Hidden Weapons is so good. Literally, I hadn't seen that, and I'm just saying this is so good. Check this out. It's unique. Well, does this mean there can be one in my deck? Is that what that means? The little dot?
Oh, I've never. No. One out. I
One
think.
per turn? It's a used interrupt, so it happens. Let me just read it to you. If Boba Fett, or your character with Mandalorian armor,
Hello.
is present during the weapons phase of a battle, target one opponent's character present. Draw Destiny. 0 or 1, no effect. 2 or 3, target is immediately captured.
Wow.
4 or 5, the target is hit. 6+, the target is immediately lost.
Wow.
Cool. Once per turn. Hot diggity dang. Check this out. 4 of those. Then, it's all the Boba Fett cards. I'm so happy I got Boba Fett. Quick reflexes. Deploy on your side of the table. During your draw phase, you may use 2 force to search your lost pile. Take 1 hidden weapons into hand, or Take any one blaster and immediately deploy it for free.
Wow, that's awesome.
We've got a party now.
That's fantastic. That's fun. Okay, then we've got the audience chamber stuff. So generic stuff. Ultazane. I feel like I just saw this. With Tonica Vol and Tonica Sisters. Present with Tonica Sisters, Vol and Tonica Sisters. Oh, the Tonica Sisters. Okay, I bet that's your stuff. All right, there's that. There's this. The Arcoras. Okay, generic stuff. Now we've got the Palace stuff.
This card's awesome. It's called Information Exchange. It's got a like Greedo-looking character and a Jawa on it. And they're talking, and the flavor text is all gibberish.
Of course.
Alien. Deploy on your side of the table. Whenever you have an information broker at a location where you just initiated a battle, you may examine the top 4 cards of an opponent's reserve deck. You may then lose 1 force to immediately cancel the battle.
You see their draw, basically?
You see what their destiny potential is. And then if you have an information broker, then you can cancel it. Wild.
Wild, man. Galad and Mosep. I'm going to assume that's important for you. Canceling your stuff there. Dang. Tanis Spijek. Back to Yavin 4 on that. I see what they're doing. They're giving you a little bit of... They've established the themes, and now it's a little... we're going to give a little boost to some old ideas here. Showing it to forfeit. Okay. And then here's my Jabba's Palace stuff. This all makes sense.
Fascinating. Look, these are the reds I'm not using. Definitely. These are the ones I might use.
Heck yeah.
But it's a very not large pile.
Yeah, you get down in there, don't you?
Yeah. So now I'm going to go back through all of my cards.
Are you playing Jabba?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I have Jabba Boba. It's like the Han. I'm glad you have all the Han stuff, actually. That's very thematic.
Oh, she's saying I have to play Han. Huh?
I mean, you don't have to. I presumed you would always play Han and Leia, given your station, but you don't have to at all. Don't obligate. No social pressure here.
Yeah. Well, you know. Okay, these are all audience chamber things.
Someone asked me if I got Galad. Let me look.
You look at your unique characters, you know, that really tells you the story.
What you're capable of.
This is crazy. All your characters trained by Sator Kalfas are power and forfeit +1. How do I know that? Does it literally say in the text trained by? I bet it does.
Yeah, Galad is really good.
Power +2.
Mosep. Do I have Mosep?
Yavin 4. Galad and Moseps.
Do you have Mosep?
No, but I have thing that cancels Mosep's game text. Elor's Madak. Tessic. Okay, now you just have to start matching names to things, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you just start.
Oh, it's a premiere effect. Okay. It's an effect.
Let's see if I have it.
We don't have premiere yet,
That's
right?
percent.
That was the first set.
Yep. What we don't have is special edition.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this does actually go deep into the older stuff. Okay, then we'll do palace stuff. Oh, the entrance cavern is inside and outside as well. Okay.
The old indoor-outdoor special?
Yeah. So that's cool. I'll put one of those in there as well.
That's wild, man.
Audience chamber, of course.
You don't need to run that.
Yeah, you're going to do that, right? I actually can only run audience chamber. That's the only Jabba's Palace card I can have as light side. Everything else is the exterior stuff. So I guess that makes sense because I've got to kind of land and come in to the palace, don't I?
Whereas I don't have a lot of the outdoor stuff. I'm going to go and put the Jawas here just in case. A reminder, the Jawa to deploy requires 1 force from each player's force pile.
Oh, right.
So you have to have active force for me to even play Jawas.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Which is hilarious. You know, let's just get the Tuscans out. I'm not saying I'm going there, but it just needs to be known.
Shuda. It's crazy to actually understand this game.
Isn't that true?
It's a true miracle for the first time in my life to feel like I actually understand this game. And my skiffs are going to be in my desert stack as well. So, you know, it comes together pretty quick. We got the blaster here.
Yeah. We built decks last time pretty quick.
Alien warrior. Okay. Well, not a warrior. Not a warrior.
There's just so many cards that don't fit the theme.
Warrior will warrior be in the text?
It's just got the little blue gun on the right
the
side.
gun, that's right. Okay. Gun. Not a lot of guns there, but we'll keep them in mind. Blaster, the hollow projector, the vibro axe.
Here's Mosap. It's a character.
Stands to reason.
That's what we were saying earlier, right? When an opponent is losing force from force drains at the same or adjacent site, lost force must come from the reserve deck.
Oh, right. I remember that.
Just get him out.
Present. Starting you make hits one release one P. Arc while they're nice. Yeah, there's like an R2 deck here.
You have a bunch of R. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like 3 R2 specific cards.
I think you got that card last time. It was Hero of 1,000 Devices.
Uh-huh.
That lets him go get those out of deck as well.
Yeah. Wow. This is just nuts. And they all have super high destiny value. 654.
The droids add a lot of destiny, which makes sense. They save the day in that way a lot. Uh-oh, Sandcrawler.
Hello. C4.
I think I got one of those. Yikes. Banthos.
Okay. Alien Warrior. All right. We got some stuff here. Warrior cards.
Oh, this old vehicle, the Mob Quet A1 Deluxe Floater, may carry 2 passengers, moves free of Jabba or any bounty hunters aboard, may also react for free only to a battle where you have a thief, smuggler, or bounty hunter.
Well, there it is. So you just got to go through all the old cards and find stuff now. Oh my gosh, we're actually deck building. Oh my gosh.
My brain.
Save me. A gift. Okay, so we're going to need a droid stack here. Plus one hollow sites. What's a hollow site? Is it in the... Is there an icon?
Oh, yeah.
Can you look at it? Is there a whole thing here?
Hollow site.
This is hologram. So maybe it becomes a hollow
Sarah's saying
site?
we don't have any.
Okay.
I'll believe him.
droids for sure. Bullshida. I saw this card. Alien here, no battles or force change may take place. Your aliens cannot be targeted if you like by the site without an alien. Huh, that's strange. Okay. Doesn't seem fair. Just you battle against you at Backdoor, Rancor Pit, Tatooine, Jabba's Palace, or any docking bay. I don't think I can care about that. Jabba's Palace site, or you have no rebels. Return Imperial to opponent's hand. Force used to play, then remains used. Okay, so this is a Jabba's Palace card. Han and Leia, general use card. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If Jabba is at a Jabba's Palace site, okay. What's ready to play when you land into Anya's chamber? Okay, there's that. Jabba's Palace Sabacc, huh?
Yep.
Opponent occupies no battle, at least no more than 2 force from each force string. Do you have a way of me losing more than 2 force from a force string? We don't really deal in that, do we?
I don't think so.
The droids are getting sick. Use 3 force to stretch your reserve deck and take 1 effect of any kind into hand. Okay, the signal is the key thing here.
Yeah.
And we're looking for effect. So, okay, this ain't like this. Projection of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Okay.
You basically get to start with some effect in play, which is great.
Okay. And opponent's used pile, or... We need to be doing more with spies, don't we? I feel like we're not doing anything with spies.
Well, I feel like, is there a set that has a lot of spies? I don't remember what it was, but I feel like there's a set, and we
Just kind of moved right there.
Mhm.
Was it Yavin?
maybe Cloud City. I don't remember.
Got a specific matchup pile as well. See the Jabba at a Tatooine site. Now this is what I'm talking about. Let's put that in the desert Tatooine site there. Put that in the Jabbas. Okay, I'm there. Ability greater than 3. That's crazy. Oh, I guess that weird spy, that weird little brain spider could steal a weapon. That's hilarious.
The brain robot spider.
Space
Space Invaders spies are everywhere. You just can't see them.
1 Android character. It's funny.
Refreshing humor.
Creature, take 1 non-droid character. Okay. What are our destiny values here?
1 million.
No, not terribly impressive. I guess it's fine. You will take me to Jabba now. Ability greater than 4? What kind of world are we living in where things have ability greater than 4?
All the main. Luke and Vader.
Luke's got like 5 and 6 or
I
something?
think it's 4 or 5.
Okay. I've only got 1 effect so far. Yeah. Okay, so this is just a straight up Han card. Non-unique character on table. Draw Destiny. If Destiny less than X, X is the number of copies you have on table. Well, that definitely has a use that I don't understand. Don't forget the droids. There's some droids.
That's a big old Destiny value too, right?
Yes, 6. It does make sense. You're talking about the droids always saving the day. It's like, okay, I feel that.
I feel that. I agree with this.
Obi-Wan has ability of 6, apparently.
Wild. Oh, the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Jabba earning docking fee. So Destiny +2 greater than defense value, total ability. Well, that is pretty good. Let's not forget about this card.
That is pretty good.
Joke.
Where's the greens? There's the greens.
Luke may deploy at this site regardless of presence. Come on. Where's our Luke?
Well, if we're lucky in that Death Star 2 box, we'll get the most Bugatti-ness card in the game. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight.
Strangle has a Destiny of 7.
That's what I was saying earlier. Isn't that crazy?
I did not appreciate the number being that big. Very specific card, so I imagine that's why they give it a 7. They were onto the we got to balance cards around more than just their cost.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. We do have the one bargaining table, right? From hand, any non-unique alien. As if from hand. Yeah, see, this is what you do. You do signal bargaining table.
As your starting effect?
Yeah, definitely. And then you've got the non-unique aliens coming in. You've got a constant stream of the Kitonax. Constant. Courtesy. But then you have to control the planet, which I'm going to have to do. So occupy just means you have something there. Wow. Okay, that makes sense. This is obviously a deck. Okay. So there's an additional 1 force to draw. What is any planet site? Is that the actual planets? Yeah. All things are sites. Planets are planet sites.
That's right.
Sectors are etc. Okay.
You've got it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's funny.
Nashada.
Don't forget, you might want the Tatooine planet.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten into the actual collection yet. That's asking a lot. A gift.
I mean, there's like generally good cards, right? But most of the old cards don't really work with what I'm trying to do.
Good. Shoot that. Didn't they say they were making a new pod racer? Or anything like that? Did you hear that?
There was the pod racer for the episode 1 racer for Switch. They updated it for Switch.
Have you played it? Is it there?
I haven't played it, but I heard it's the old game just modernized.
All right. Well, I would like that. Let's find that. Let's make that happen.
Carbon freezing, I loved you.
You were good memories. I have to do droid stuff. Somebody that I used to know. Didn't have to know. Weapon levitation. That's fine. I'll put it in the stack. Okay. Life debt. Ah, yes. Han and Chewie battle together. I had 2 battle destiny. Yeah, surgery. So we're gonna do Han and Chewie. Also, keep that in mind.
You said you're gonna do Han and Chewie?
I'm gonna do Han and Chewie, of course. Yes. One of your characters today from where really to say you will take me to Jabba now.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, we're gonna do some Han and Chewie for sure. I'm not sure that Leia's gonna find a way in, but I'll probably play the other one. Take 1 weapon into hand and reshuffle. So maybe weapons. Put that in there. It's our weapons stack. So you're going full on, all cards on the table here.
It took me less time than you would think to go through them. It's a process. I'm not gonna lie.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Vader's cape. How could I think about going to town without it? Alright, these are the cards from the old bounty hunting deck that matter. De-sleeve. You're playing with all cards on the table. Needed deck builder.
Yeah, I know, man. Really do. Really need that deck builder.
There is one.
I'll just use my hands like I used to.
So funny. That's how it used to be, and lay them all out on the floor and just go through the cards over and over and over again. Can't just search for all 3 defense cards.
Yeah. We had it so tough. Okay, that's fine. These are all fine cards. Yeah, okay. Searching for things is good. If you have an alien here, no battles or force strains may take place here, and aliens cannot be targeted. That an alien. Huh. There's such a weird interplay happening in these cards. Strange. I like these though. Didn't have to come.
What got that song in your head?
I don't know. Is it in yours as well though?
I don't know. I can't tell anymore.
Where does one song end and another begin, really?
It's just, well, it's really where do my thoughts and your singing on stream begin and end.
Mm-hmm. Yep. By design.
Mopo saying the next set, special edition, is his favorite. They add a lot of stuff there that's relevant.
People talk about that a lot.
All right, let's see if we can make magic happen with what I pulled out. All right, let's really examine. I don't think I got the Java stuff going super well. I just don't have enough to make that a theme. Now, Tuskens, we might have some sand people up in here. Okay. Jawas are going to the bench.
Okay, well, at least look through the box just for a second.
You got to.
Just for a second.
All right, we have URRUR apostrophe R apostrophe R. Deploy only on Tatooine but may move elsewhere. When the same size as another Tusken, may draw one battle destiny and not able to do otherwise. Seems fine. Tusken, total power of a group of Tusken Raiders depends on how many are present. One has a total power of 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 4, 10. Okay, we got Tuskens. Sniper. Interesting. Tusken Scavengers. Interesting. Sun's down. That's the real card.
The nighttime one?
Mm-hmm. So if I'm running spies. Macro scan.
Ooh, ability 2. I see you. +3 at same site with an Imperial. Well, that might be happening. Guess we'll find out. I'm gonna put all 8d8 in my droid stack.
Chris saying Sniper is a tier 1 card.
2 power, twice 2 battle, use 2 versus 2 destiny of T. Yeah, that's generically good.
Can't play you.
Starship pilots. Got some weird pilots here. Unrelated sites. Point here. And that's 4. Yeah, the mining guy. He's great. Imperial. Okay, these are all good. We've got some starship pilots here. So we're going to put these weird aliens in X-Wings, basically, is what we're looking at, I guess. The only way. I guess it's the only way. And then what? Oh. Do you have a deck built yet?
No way.
Wait, I'm going to look through this for a second.
I literally just went thumbed through all my cards and was looking for anything deserty or Tatooine or Tuscany or like my aliens. But most of those cards, like most of the red cards, don't matter.
Yeah. Here's all the Cloud City stuff. So probably not going to do Cloud City, Lift Tube Escape, those kinds of things here.
So like one thing I like is like I have this Bantha fodder, which lets me search my deck for a Tusken Raider or a Weequay, among other things. So then I'm starting to string together Tuskens and Weequays. And I have that red card that I can cancel a Force Drain by putting a non-unique alien on it.
Yeah, me too.
And then I can deploy from there.
So we're just going to be all in nonsense.
Yep.
It's going to be nonsense, man.
This is really crazy too. A Busy and Ornament. Once per game, used Interrupt. So I assume you use it once, then you have to do the other one. Target a non-unique character on the table. Draw a Destiny. If Destiny is less than X, retrieve X Force, where X is the number of copies. So like if I had 4 Tuskens out, I draw a Destiny, my Destiny is less than 4, I retrieve 4 Force.
I feel like I saw something similar. But it's like, I don't know, that's pretty conditional, right?
Well, the other is an or. Search your reserve deck and take a non-unique alien.
Oh, right on. There you go.
Which is pretty nice because it's a 5 Destiny that you can go get an alien to cancel a Force Drain to then put into play, etc., etc.
Either it gets you closer to it being good or it's already good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Man, old Trevor Horn is crazy. Trevor Horn. I'll bet that character was so big in this game.
What's it do?
The one where I sell something to you and you have to buy it with your force.
Oh
Remember
my
that?
goodness, that guy is annoying.
Crazy. Let's see. You know, I kind of keep the same starship package.
No matter where you go. It's going to put all these on the table. So it's kind of interesting. This Twi'lek Advisor, I'm starting, using it as a starting interrupt, but in general, you can spend 3 force to search a reserve deck and take an effect into hand. So you could run a bunch of one-of effects.
The classic toolbox.
And then you have like 4 or 5 copies of that. So you can always just go get what you want.
Yeah.
Which is what I will be doing. It saves so much space.
Got him.
Got some sabacc up in here.
Okay, these guys are gone. And I've still got, you know, those are all Netrunner cards. Let's see. Okay. We got all these old Tatooine things. Tatooine.
Where did Mosep run off to? There he is. Mosep is crazy. Do you also have Mosep?
No, I have the thing that blanks him. So it makes sense that it would be crazy if it's like, anytime there's those targeted blanks or effects or something, it's like, oh, well, that's going to be a good card. There's the Tatooine planet. So we'll start Dune Sea. So we're back on Tatooine?
Yep.
Okay.
That's where Jabba's palace is.
Right on. Forgot we just went back. It's really smart, a lot of the stuff that they did on this game. We really need somebody to take up the publisher to take up the cup on this.
On the old Star Wars CCG?
Yeah. Yeah, we really do.
It's something else, man.
Using smugglers deploy -2 here. Huh. There's a lot of crazy planets. Are there planets that don't have sites associated?
Mm-hmm. So you can run a really heavy space game.
Uh-huh. Weird. Man, you could build such crazy stuff in this. It boggles the mind. Probably still a deck out there that nobody's thought about.
Absolutely. I do not disagree with you.
Okay. Yeah, Jonathan B said to pick it up with the PDP model. I think the Star Wars license might complicate that one a little bit.
A wee bit.
Just a little. Like this Clack Door 7. All Bith characters are Destiny -1. And Gook is power +2 in Jajaric battles.
That's the hollow. You can fight with it's like the chess match.
Yeah. So you control this planet and it's like changes the whole board.
That's crazy.
All
That's
Bith
a
characters.
great looking planet though.
Yeah, isn't that good? All Destiny +2. So what does Destiny +2 mean? What does this mean? All Bith characters Destiny +2.
So any Bith you flip on Destiny draws is +2.
Oh, wow.
So if you run a Bith
You're running that Bith deck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's Bith?
It's one of the races.
Are there any in like this Jabba's Palace stuff? Did you see any of that?
Yeah, you'd see them. They're like whitish and round heads.
Oh yeah, little like snowman looking little cute.
The band.
No. Oh, the band. Oh my gosh.
They got the bulbous looking.
Then hold the phone. We're going to Bithland. Going to Ibiza. It's hard to beat Hoth though, isn't it?
Always. The goat.
Lars's Moisture Farm. Welcome back, buddy.
In the end. We're back.
The Jawa camp. What's up? You have a Jawa camp too, don't you?
No.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't get one. That makes them playable. Don't you not have to have force on my side?
For you only, for free if Sandcrawler is present, yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
I'll out Jawa you.
I will not doubt that. All right. So,
I mean, this is crazy. These are so many cards. It's not that many, actually. Stacks on stacks, man.
yeah.
Oh, it's so hard to have fun.
What a challenge we're facing.
I reckon Luke's Lane Speeder might be handy here in the desert.
If it's not handy here, it's not handy anywhere.
And perhaps the Soru sub. And this Incom T16 Skyhopper. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go with those. Ooh. Can't play the Tauntauns. And you got all these Y-wings and stuff. Ooh-y. The problem is I think I'm gonna actually have to fight a little bit in space. That's the beautiful kind of balance of the game.
You can't just ignore it.
No.
It's a problem.
Here's a Sandcrawler. I do wish I could put some Tauntauns down there in the desert, but I know why I can't. Proton Torps. Do some of that. You know what's cool is like you can put like these medium repeating blaster cannons from Hoth anywhere. Deploy in any site.
They will play wherever you want them.
You just have them out in the desert, just shooting things down. Pretty cool.
I don't disagree with you.
Stolen. Oh yeah, they just steal droids. That's right. If you do roll out that dark side droid deck, you let me know so I can put some of these
I don't think I have the heat yet.
Jawa guns in. Oh, what's up, Hydroponic Station? Haven't seen you in a while.
Steven's back on the farm.
That's right, man. I got this far just to farm. I'm just looking to farm water. There's some vaporators. Did Vaporator get errated or something to also protect you from sand whirl or whatever?
I don't know. Maybe.
It better. I mean, why else would I have a Vaporator, you know?
Is Jabba's sail barge considered a skiff?
Must be, right?
Doesn't look like it.
There's a lot of droid stealing in this game. Put it on side at same side as one of your mining droids. Put it side at same side as one of your mining droids. Oh, there's so much insanity back here. Now that we actually know what we're doing, some of these old cards are like, what?
Yep. And now that we have more cards to make them reasonable.
It's turning normal when at same location as Tarkin or alien ability less than 3. R2 sensor arrays. Goodness gracious. All right. Well, time to get out of here.
More or less.
I think we can come back in and actually have some decks ready or do the final build
Next time.
and then play something next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do this before I forget what's happening, though.
Well, I have a pretty...
Run us through your concept and we'll get out of here.
I mean...
What are you thinking?
It's basically a few things are going on. I have these 5 one-of effects
Your little
that
toolkit,
I can fish out with the Twilight Advisor or draw into them. I have this stack of cards that can let me search for non-unique aliens. So they're 5. It's high destiny, but I can basically get Tuskens or Weequays depending on what I need. And then one of the effects I have is that Den of Thieves. So I can cancel a Force Drain by putting non-unique there, and then non-uniques can obviously deploy from there.
It'll be an alien party.
Yeah. Scum and Villainy is pretty good too. My aliens are -1, and I retrieve 2 Force anytime I initiate a battle. So that with Jabba is -2 to all my aliens.
What's your general theme? Like, what are you going to try to accomplish?
Oh, yeah. Winning. No, I'm going to start with Twilight Advisor to go get it all wrapped up. So literally, if you forfeit a character and I have a bounty hunter present, I can capture it.
Yeah.
So that's step 1. And then
so there is still bounty hunting going on.
Yeah. My starting location, assuming you don't also start with it, is Jabba's Palace. So turn 1, during my deploy phase, I can go get a Jabba's Palace site. And then I'm going to get Audience Chamber. Once per game, I can deploy an alien from my reserve deck here.
Ooh, yeah. Any alien you want, huh?
Yeah, literally after that, if I start with probably 4 Force, I could technically go get like Boba Fett. On turn 1, he's 5, so I couldn't play him. So I'd probably wait. But basically, as soon as turn 2, because that's 4 Force before anything's even happened, I can go get Bane or Boba Fett.
Is he an alien? Boba's an alien?
He's a bounty hunter. Yeah, they're aliens. I got that.
Weird. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, huh?
Or if I already have them in hand, I can go get Jabba or whoever. But that's the basic idea.
Play Boba.
And then capture stuff. And then
take it to the dungeon.
There's card like, I can drop them off in the dungeon. When a bounty hunter delivers a captive here, I can retrieve 2 Force. I also have Human Shield. During the battle, I can forfeit captives instead of having to forfeit myself.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of really good bounty hunter stuff.
He forfeited himself.
Now, the other thing is, cards I really love include Hidden Weapons. That's if Boba Fett or a character with my Mandalorian armor on. During the weapons phase of a battle, I can play this card and potentially make you immediately go away or hit you with this card in hand.
Depending on your destiny draws, right?
There's also
are you tailoring it to like the 2s and 3s for that card specifically?
The destiny values?
Yeah.
So the destiny values, 2 and 3
is really
captured.
what you want immediately, right?
4 and 5 is hit.
Yeah.
Which is fine. 6 is lost.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of 5s actually. So I might just hit you, or 2s and 3s. Like if you look at the number of 2s and 3s.
There are some good 2s and 3s.
And like all my Weequays are 2s and 3s, and my Tuskens are 2s. The other crazy card here is Sniper. During the control phase, you can fire a weapon.
I love that one.
If this unique Tusken is the one firing it, it adds 2 to my draw. Otherwise, it's just a normal draw. And then if I hit with the weapon, the target is immediately lost.
What is the weapon you're going to use for that?
Well, I have Boba Fett's blaster.
That's a pretty good idea.
I have the IG-88 neural inhibitor, and then I'm going to see what other weapons I want to play. But there's like the Vibroaxes, and then there's the Gaffy stick.
You can't sniper with a Vibroaxe, can you?
So Sniper is fire one of your weapons.
Oh, fire. You don't fire an axe, though, do you?
I think...
You probably use an axe or swing an axe.
Yeah, does it have to be a gun? I would
Probably.
I can't
It's Star Wars
Vibroaxe you from
CCG,
downtown?
man. It's Star Wars CCG. It's probably not. It probably has to be a gun. They planned for everything.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to get to a formed concept, but the basic idea is I can go get all the Jabba's locations here. I'm in a palace. I have Jabba's Sabacc, which is fun. A bunch of bounty hunters, and then my aliens of choice right now are Tuskens and Weequays.
Very nice.
Because of the cards that kind of work with both of them at the same time, and then a bunch of unique.
And then the good stuff. Unique good stuff. Right on, man. Well, I'll try to come back in and build some kind of a deserty Hoth. I'm gonna lean a little bit into those Vaporator moisture farms things.
You're going back to farming.
And then as long as I can get the King Farmer out.
Are you trying to be good in the desert?
Yeah, basically. I'll have Dune Sea Sabacc, so we'll have some Jawa Sabacc stuff going on. The main thing is this Kurdo 3 planet. If you occupy the planet once per turn, you can search your reserve deck for a desert, Katanak, or Sand Whirl and put it into your hand. So basically, you can keep churning out Tatooine deserts. You can keep churning out the aliens that are immune to Sand Whirl, and you can keep churning out Sand Whirl. And then once you're out there, you all the Kitanaks, they're musicians. So like, you're just out there playing music, as far as I can tell.
You got the desert band.
And mining vapor.
It really is a festival.
It really is. Yeah, we need water and we need tunes. That's Ardon Vapor Krell. He's the guy. So deploys for free. Your force range are +1 at exterior sites where you have a vaporator or hydronic station, +2 if you have both.
Okay.
So let's just imagine I got 3 desert sites out. I've got a vaporator on each of them, and then this guy's out. So that's essentially 6 force drain every turn as you start mining. If you add a couple of more moisture stations there, then now you're like draining 9 a turn.
I love
got to defend it though.
When
you
were
know?
mining gas last time, you have this like weird way of farming resources to get benefits. You love that stuff.
Yeah, I do love it. And the game really rewards you for doing it because it's like this is a part of the universe that's happening as well. And if you need to make that your story, then here it is.
Then here we go.
It has a purpose. You know?
That's really interesting. So my plan, I have a giant concept here and a bunch of cards. So because we're taking a break from the series,
let's zoom out here.
I will plan to basically.
Are you gonna actually deck build? You're gonna make something good?
I'm gonna organize my cards.
Oh Lord.
And really look through it to build I just want to maximize the Jabba's. I'm aiming for Jabba's Palace theme.
Yeah.
Through and through.
I'll hang outside in the desert.
And we'll see.
And I have stuff that's going to have to go in the palace anyway to be any good. So we'll do a little palace, a little desert, a little this, a little that.
Well, I think you can't just ignore, if I have all those palace locations out, a good number of them have a lights out icon. So you can't ignore it. I also can't ignore the desert.
Right. That's the beauty of the game, isn't it?
And if your stuff's really good in the desert, that's why I ended up playing the Tuskens as well, because they are decent in the desert.
Yeah.
So you can't just be good in the palace, but it'll be a desert off.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. I've got these, what are these guys called? Let me look at this because they're worth knowing about. These Clatuinian revolutionaries. So they're 3 power, 1 ability, 4 to deploy, but they're power +2 at a Jabba Palace site, so they're 5 power, and they can react by deploying or moving to same site as any hut. So let's say I've got 12 force sitting there, and then you declare a battle, and I deploy 3 of them because it's a revolution, man. They're gonna crack open the system.
It's interesting. The more you give react abilities to people, the more force they sit on. So the more cards like that guy that makes me buy cards.
Yes.
Or like the Jawas even are more playable at that point.
Yes.
If it's my turn, I'm like Jawa, and I just take all your force.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
That's beautiful.
Well, hey, this is something else. If you're a fan of the Star Wars CCG, hopefully you've enjoyed this. On the next episode, we will probably be back with built decks to play. It'll be a while, maybe a month or 2 or 3 before we come back. We'll play a couple times probably, and then after that, we'll start the spree into the tail end.
The final journey.
We've still got several sets to go, but it also it really picks up. You will see. We will lift off.
All right. Well, here we go. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.